Check one. Saizi imestima. Check one. Check one, two. Check one, two. Check one, check one, check one. Check one.
Thank you. I'll ask you to remain seated so that we can start with a word of prayer. To remain standing, I beg your pardon. But that's good exercise, isn't it? To remain standing for a word of prayer, I'd like to invite Bwana Kefa to please come on stage and start us off with a word of prayer. Thank you.
Let us bow down and pray. Almighty God, in the name of Jesus Christ, we are so grateful to you that, Lord, it has pleased you today that we should gather here this morning, suspending all our other assignments that we could have had at this time to be here. Lord God, to remember the animals. The World Animals Day, oh God, is being marked today globally. What a privilege, oh God, to know, to go back into history, to see, oh God, that when the time for creation came, the animals were so important that you dedicated 2 days to create them. First, creating the animals in the oceans and in the waters, oh God, on the 5th day. That on the 6th day, Lord, the animals on the land were all created, all of them. And it has pleased you, oh God, so much that, Lord God, for the animals, oh God, on the earth, were created together with us. Lord, with the human beings were created the same day. We are grateful that you took your time to make this happen. And that's why, oh Lord, when you gave us the responsibilities as man to take charge of your creation, Lord, by coming here, we are thinking about how to take care of the animals. And particular interest, oh God, we have with the donkeys, even as Brooke, East Africa, marks 90 years, Lord, of existence. This is a privilege. And we thank you, Lord, that you have sustained this agency over the years, oh Lord, to continue on, God, fighting and defending the well-being of animals, oh God, especially the donkeys, the horses, and the mules. Even globally, we are grateful. We thank you for the resources that has gone into this. We thank you that, Lord, you have touched many institutions and individuals, Lord, to think and care for animals, and to think and provide for the resources needed, even for defending the animals. We want to pray for this country. We are meeting at a time, oh God, when Almighty, we are being told from research that the donkeys population is going down and people are not taking care of them, Lord. It took you time. When you were marching, Lord Jesus, to Jerusalem, there were so many animals, including even the horses, but you felt that you needed a donkey to ferry you. Lord, at such a prime time, at such an opportune time, Lord. And that's why we cannot just sit back and watch the donkeys being terrorized, the donkeys being destroyed. And Lord God, there are no safety and well-being of donkeys are not being addressed in this country. We pray that as we gather here, we will think more on strategies of addressing this. And so as we begin this meeting, we want to commit our meeting to your hands. We are praying, God Almighty, that when we gather here, as we celebrate that which has been achieved so far, and as we mark and look ahead, we are praying, oh God, give us insight. Give us wisdom, Lord. Grant us, oh God, the grace and the collaborative action that we need to ensure, Lord God Almighty, that we reduce the dangers that animals globally, but that particularly in our country, Kenya, face. So we thank you and worship you. We give you praise. We commit everyone else, oh God, who is going to stand on this pulpit, this platform into your hands. The Lord, may you help us together to work together. And when we finish this event well, we'll be looking back and say thank you. So we commit this meeting into your hands in accordance to your word that reminds us in Proverbs 16:3 that whatever you want to do, commit it into my hands and it will be successful. We are looking forward to fruitful time together. Be with us as we begin. In Jesus' name we do pray, trust, and believe. Amen. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Kefa. I'm sure with that amazing prayer, we have committed this event to the hands of the Lord, and therefore it is blessed. I'd like to put our media team on standby because we will play a clip, but before that clip plays, I would like you to just give a very big round of applause to they're no longer Gen Zs, they're Gen Alphas, is it? To the youngest participants in this group. We are very proud to have them. They came all the way from Naivasha, our Donkey Clear Club from Kabati Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please. They really struggled to come here this early morning, very close to almost the end of the term, so we want to appreciate them. We are going to, as I mentioned earlier on, today's event is twofold. We are celebrating World Animal Day, and we're also celebrating Brooke at 90. I will not tell you a lot about the intricacies of these two events. We have somebody to do that. But the reason I wanted you to give a big round of applause to our children is because as Brooke East Africa, we are very passionate about the work that we do with children. So if you are here from an animal welfare organization or training institution, from ministry, and you're asking, what is an animal welfare charity, NGO like Brooke East Africa doing with children? We have a video that will play and it may explain why. So media team, please take it away.
Imagine a future filled with animal welfare champions advocating for the well-being of working equines. Through our work with school-going children and youth, we're moving closer to that future every single day. Since 2004, we have been empowering school-going children through donkey care clubs in donkey-owning communities. In these clubs, the next generation of donkey owners learns how to care for and protect their donkeys through poetry,
Fairing, pulling, under pressure.
This animal is very, very important in the society. It's used for plowing land at a very low cost. Needs no fuel at work.
art, and dance. As their primary caregivers, children are key to a better future for working donkeys, helping to improve their welfare at home and dispelling myths about how to treat them in their communities. But it doesn't stop there.
Hoi, hoi, the voice of the donkey. The donkey who gives me money.
We partner with the Ministry of Education for the Kenyan National Drama and Film Festival, where schools perform choral verses in English and Kiswahili, highlighting the importance of caring for donkeys and raising awareness about the illegal slaughter of these animals for the skin trade.
Si lazima nyama yake, dogo turaha tule tu. Mwanzo wa uhai wake, kwa tamaa na kupa tu.
Over the years, we have impacted school-going children in Kenya, Tanzania, and South Sudan. Beyond school-going kids, we work with urban youth who handle donkeys and face challenges like low self-esteem, inadequate customer care,
Customer ni makazi nacho mamtusi.
lack of personal acceptance,
Sasa waangalia hao ni wapunda. Sasa ameenda Nairobi eti anauza maji na punda.
and poor donkey welfare.
Hawa nyama wetu walikuwa na vidonda.
We engage youths, training them on essential life skills and donkey welfare. The results have been amazing, with many youths improving their customer interactions, embracing savings, boosting their self-esteem, enhancing personal hygiene,
hadi sasa tuko wasafi, mimi ungenipata nikiwa msafi.
all while treating their donkeys better. By empowering today's youth, Brooke East Africa is ensuring that tomorrow's communities will be stronger, healthier, and more resilient. Join us in making a difference. Together, we can create a life worth living for donkeys and their owners.
I think that video deserves a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. You know, I'm part of the communication team, so the round of applause is a round of applause for my department. So one more time, please. I may not get another opportunity. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize that we are only playing one screen. We seem to be having some technical issues, but I think we will soldier on. For those who are not able to see the screens, feel free to stretch. As you're going to fetch water, you could stand and watch on that side. It's also very good exercise for you. Speaking of children, we'd like to start off with a performance by DCC Kabati. My colleague here will help me remove the podium from the stage. Walimu wa DCC, tafadhali tayarisha watoto wakuja wa perform choral verse ya Kiswahili. Now you might ask, why did these children come? Why did you pick this particular DCC? Well, Brooke East Africa partners with the Ministry of Education through the Kenya Music and Drama Festivals. So in the music festivals, we sponsor two categories, which is Kiswahili choral verse and English choral verse. We do that to create awareness with the next generation on matters equine. If these children and their generation are able to understand and adopt compassion towards donkeys, then they're able to impact and teach the communities around them. And some of them, it is as immediate as their parents or their relatives. So that is why we partner with the Ministry of Education for Kiswahili and English choral verse. This year's festival, the music festival, Kabati Primary School made it to the regional, they made it to the regional category. They did not make it to the national, but we still believe that they had an award-winning piece. Please do not take it from us. You will listen to them, and I'm sure the round of applause that you will give will encourage them to continue advocating for donkey welfare. So one more time, a round of applause to DCC Kabati from Naivasha.
Matapeli wa kuwaumiza punda, sifanyiwe ukatili, towocho na vidonda, tabia tuzibadili na tuanze kuwalinda punda punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutuze. Wene punda wa kulima, tambueni walaguzi, kwa fedha tawaandama na biashara za ngozi, busara pia hekima muweke kwa maamuzi. Punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutuze. Kuna waibao punda, kuwachinja kiholela, usiku wanawawinda na kuwafanya chakula. Hivi vitendo kitenda, washike watupwe jela. Punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutuze. Twawasihi wahusika, mzidi kuwa makini. Wezi wanaongezeka, nafasi siwapeeni, sisite kuwamulika. Mbinu zao fichueni. Punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutuze. Ni wasaidizi wetu, punda wetu tuwatuze. Tuishi nao kwa utu, punda wetu tuwapende. Sio adui wa watu, kwa hiyo tusiwaponde. Punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutuze. Shukrani.
I think we can do better than that. A bigger round of applause for DCC Kabati, all the way from Naivasha. Franklin, some assistants to put the podium back on. There is something that they have said, I hope I get it right, because of where I come from, Kiswahili tends to play cat and mouse with me. I want to see if you paid attention to what these wonderful children were saying. Punda wetu ngao yetu. If this was an exam, I'd mark you 5 out of 10. Let's see if you got what the children were saying with their mouths wide open and with the facial expressions. Punda wetu ngao yetu, tumtunze atutunze. Our friends from Tanzania, Bwana Livingstone, hiyo ni Kiswahili safi sana. Kizuri kabisa, asanti sana. At this juncture, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce and welcome the Regional Director of Brooke East Africa, Dr. Raphael Kinoti, to give us some opening remarks. Please, a round of applause for Daktari.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Laikipia County, representatives from various institutions. I can see Dr. Wamalo from ICPALD. I can see Dr. Washira from the University of Nairobi. I can see my colleague, Reverend Kefa, from Evangelical Alliance of Kenya. My brother, Solomon, from the Donkey Sanctuary, and my friend Tennyson from World Animal Protection. I can see the principal LTI and representatives from Ahiti Nyahururu, and my brother Sang from PBO Regulatory Authority. My very own outgoing chairman, Eric Kemani. I can see representatives from Veterinary Medicines Directorate, and my very own vice chair of Kenya Veterinary Association, Dr. Owino. I can see my sister, Dr. Mwimali, Director of Veterinary Services. But then I can see partners. I don't know whether I've missed anybody else. I can see partners of Brooke East Africa drawn from Kenya, from Somaliland, from South Sudan, and from Tanzania. children who actually have really done a great work here. I can see community members, actually some who have really been backing us up in a big way. How can I forget Dr. Maishomo, Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Organization? Carol has been the agent in our fight for donkey skin trade. I know I might have missed somebody. I'm just trying to check to see who I have missed. But if I've missed you, please feel very, very much appreciated. Good morning. We are excited to have you here. You know, Lynn, you always look Brooke. Lynn is here from World Organization for Animal Health. I'm telling you, I've missed people. And, and they're not reminding me. Yeah. So, we are excited to have you here. Very, very much excited to have you here this morning to celebrate the World Animal Day. But then also to think about Brooke at 90. When I read the story of Brooke, I get very much encouraged. This British lady who comes with a husband actually to visit Egypt, Cairo, in 1934. The husband, Major Brooke actually, who we carry the name from, the lady was Dorothy Brooke. Major General Brooke was the one who was leading the group of Allied forces that fought from Egypt in the First World War. But then as they fought, you know what was driving the world in those early years? It was actually animals, isn't it? Because we didn't have a lot of machinery. And so the Allied forces that came to fight from Egypt had a lot of horses that they used then. And as you know, the first world, as we know it today, or the developed world as they call it, actually became developed out of animals. It is the animals that drove Europe to where it is. And so, after they fought the First World War and got a lot of horses from Europe, Dorothy coming together with her husband in early before 1934 to check what was happening actually in Egypt, they found many horses that were used in the First World War. They were now there, neglected, some of them injured, some of them that were just thrown in the streets of Cairo. Nobody to care for them. And the lady, being a veterinarian, said, I will be left here in Africa. I'll take care of these animals. And so with a bit of fundraising and resources that she had, she established the very first hospital for animals in Africa. And that's where we draw a name from, actually. For those of you who have known us for a very long time, we are called Brooke Hospital for Animals. That is what Bwana Sang has registered us under, Brooke Hospital for Animals. Today, Egypt boasts of over 12 hospitals for animals. In Kenya, we use a different model because then from those very, very humble beginnings, now Brooke has spread all over the world. Brooke is doing work in Asia. We have a big establishment in India, in Pakistan. We have worked in Afghanistan for many, many years, and in Jordan. We've worked in Nepal. Brooke is working in Africa. In Africa, actually, we have the largest programs that Brooke has because we have where we are sitting in Kenya, this coordinating what is almost the Horn of Africa program, covering 6 countries in the Horn of Africa. But then we have Ethiopia. You know, Ethiopia has the largest population of animals world over, largest population of equines world over. Sudan is the second largest. But then we have a program in West Africa based in Senegal, but then covering the whole of that part. And we have programs in Latin America. And so Brooke, from that very small little humble beginning, So this has been 90 years of hard work, of transformation. From an organization that targeted animal only, later on we got a realization that actually animals can never change their way, or rather animals can never change their welfare. It is people who can change the welfare of animals. And so 8 to 10 years ago we changed our model of working. So we say we want to see thriving equines, but then thriving communities. Because we know when people who own these animals are not thriving, they can never be thriving. And I think we have that story in Nairobi actually. Some 1 year ago we got to work with life skills promoters, having worked in Nairobi for many years and trying to transform young people in Nairobi. And it was almost impossible. I was talking to somebody and they were saying, are there donkeys in Nairobi? Yes, my friend, there are donkeys in Nairobi. You go to Ruai, and I know we have Wajose there from Ruai, you know? Yes. He's the one who is leading groups of donkey owners in Nairobi, actually. Donkeys are doing hard work in the city of Nairobi in supplying water, supplying building materials, and all this sort of thing. We are working with them, and it's very difficult to drive a donkey actually in an urban setup, isn't it? There are vehicles, there is everybody and everything. But a year ago, life skills promoters came and said, you know, we will want to transform the behaviors of the owners of the donkeys. We don't know how to transform donkeys, but allow us to transform the behaviors of the owners of the donkeys. You've seen some of the young people here actually. Once those young people began to value themselves, today the donkeys of Ruai, donkeys of Kiserian are different. For some of you who may have gone there, you may have seen that. There is a big aspect of the humans transforming and being able to value themselves first, and then they can value their animals. Because some of those young people were involved in drug addiction, isn't it? But now they are not. You can't tell a drug addict really to change the life of their donkey. It's not possible. So Brooke has spread its model of working. We target animals, yes. We know that is what we do. But if we can do anything to the human being who is caring for that animal, to be able to turn around, value themselves, and spread that love to the animal, we do that. And so then, ladies and gentlemen, today we are excited that we are celebrating these 90 years. And we are celebrating these 90 years because then of the many of you who have played critical role in Brooke. Board members, and as I say that, I have seen just my friend Karumba coming. He's a board member of Brooke, East Africa. We have partners who have labored with us for a long time. You know, who actually are doing, because then we implement 100% of our work through partners. So actually the work we are celebrating here, the heroes are our partners. A round of applause for our partners. I'll be inviting 3 of them actually to come over here, and you know yourselves, please come. Because I'm finishing this, I don't want to continue. I would want them to come over here and mention a thing. The 3 of them, please come. You know, they just mentioned something. There are some other 2. Yes, thank you. Yes, here they are. So just come, because then we really would want to take this forward fast. These are the heroes who really back us up and do what Brooke can never do. They are our eyes, our feet, our hands, and they do a great work. Actually, some of them are more technologically inclined than we ourselves as Brooke. And so we are very thankful for you. But then the collaborations that we've been having, and no wonder today we have our deputy governor from Laikipia. Actually, counties have played a critical role in the work that Brooke does. We do not have enough veterinarians, but counties have employed many veterinarians. They are the ones actually who run with us. Whenever we go to any county, we want to sit with them and really work with those officers down on the ground. And so even as we begin our work in Laikipia, we know the veterinarians there actually will be energized with the trainings that we do at Brooke. But then we know a lot of training institutions, for a very, very long time actually, our training institutions had never integrated the whole thing about donkey welfare. But then today, we are seeing LTI in Wajir do that. We are seeing AHIT in Nyahururu do that. We are seeing the University of Nairobi do that. We are seeing many institutions of higher learning actually begin to integrate this, because this must work. When I went to the University of Nairobi to study veterinary medicine, there was just horses. Can you imagine? But when you come to rural Kenya, what do you see? It's donkeys. So I came out and I went working in Narok, and it was donkeys upon donkeys. But you know, from where I come from, it was donkeys can bite you, they can what you, they can all this. So you find that veterinarians who can never touch a donkey. What a shame. But now, thanks, Dr. Wachira, this is transforming in the University of Nairobi. There are donkeys now in the fields of the University of Nairobi. Let's give an applause for the University of Nairobi and the institutions of higher learning. Things are changing. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to finish it there by saying, out of all this support and the support for many, many of you, the Director of Veterinary Service and all this, last year, Brooke and a group of other partners who we call International Coalition of Working Equines, Donkey Sanctuary is one of them, World Horse Welfare is another one, and Spanner is another one. We pushed for a ban on donkey skin trade. Why? Because the Chinese have come to Africa, they are slaughtering our donkeys. Why are they slaughtering it? They want the skins. Thanks, Dr. Maishomo, because you produced a groundbreaking report. Carlo produced a groundbreaking report in 2019 that said, this thing is not good. Carlo's report is today quoted in the House of Congress in the US. There is a motion there saying that any products made out of a jiao, the donkey, the product that comes from the donkey skin, they want to ban it from coming to the US. And they looked around about to see any research that actually was done on that. The only research they landed was Carlo. Kenya has wonderful, great institutions that are trending all over the world. Let's give it to Carlo. You know, it is going to look at all these developments, but then out of that report and the many efforts of many people, some of them actually here, IGAD, very well involved, World Organization for Animal Health, very well involved. Heads of state meeting in Africa on 18th of February this year made a declaration to ban the trade in donkey skins all over Africa. And actually last week, we got a communication from the commissioner from the Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Blue Economy, AU, sending that communication all over to the 54 member states in Africa saying, don't slaughter African donkeys. They are useful for communities. It's good for our communities. It's good for our heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give to my colleagues here to make a few comments on the work that they do out there before then we move it to the next level.
Thank you. Your Excellency, all protocols established. I'm Florence Deti. I work for the Catholic Church, Catholic Diocese of Kitui, Development Department, which rebranded to Caritas. So we are Caritas Kitui, a partner of Brooke East Africa. Today it's a celebration of 90 years. And I want to say, to give a quote, a river does not cut a rock because of its power. It's about consistency. 90 years tells us how important consistency is if we are here to celebrate the results. As partners, we work directly with donkey owners, and we celebrate them today because it is out of the belief in us on matters donkey welfare why we stand today to celebrate. Dr. Raphael has mentioned that we have a ban at the AU level. We also had our own in Kenya sometime, and it was out of the voice of the communities, the donkey owners, who said, we love the donkey, it is useful to us. Please stop donkey hide trade in this country. We celebrate again the communities. Secondly, we would not be here as partners if we had some issues on leadership. And leadership is deployment of self so that others can pick from it. I want to speak on behalf of the partners that we've been running what we call guided democracy, which I relate to a web where we sit in Kitui. We think engaging the children in school through disease would work, and we present an idea to Brooke, and they pick it up. It has been a network of connections, bringing on the actors, the government at county level, national, children, mothers, men, donkey owners, the users, and we are here today celebrating as a community because of our leadership. Thanks to Brooke East Africa, thanks to Brooke UK. We would not be here if you did not believe in us and our crazy ideas that we bring in every day. I want to summarize by saying it is not the strongest species that survives, not the most intelligent. It is one that is adaptable to change, and we've seen change, and we commit to continue engaging and appreciating. Change is the only permanent thing in the world. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Florence. You can have a seat.
Thank you, Raphael. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor for Laikipia County. All protocols observed. I'm not going to attempt to mention everybody in the room because Raphael was not able to mention everybody. So I'll be able to, but I appreciate everybody who is here. Thank you, Solomon. I've seen you. Thank you, NGO board. As I said, my name is Titus Sagala. I'm the country director for Ripple Effect in Kenya. Ripple Effect is an international NGO, and it works in a number of African countries, including Kenya, Ethiopia, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda. We also have a program in Zambia, and programs elsewhere that we continue. And today we are happy to be part of this celebration for Brooke. And indeed, we are proud to be part of Brooke. I'm particularly personally proud to be part of Brooke because when they were starting Kenya, they also happened to invite me to the meeting that they were launching the program in Kenya at Hotel Intercontinental. That must have been somewhere in 2013. So we work together with Brooke as partners. As partners, we also have an alliance which we call the Alliance for Donkey Welfare Organizations in Kenya. And currently, as CEO for Ripple Effect, we are the chair. And we have about 15 organizations. Some of the members are here. Florence is the vice chair, one who has just spoken. We also work very closely as ADWOC, which is the alliance, with the Association of Donkey Owners in Kenya, and I can see the chairman, Materia, is there, who represents nearly 600 groups across all the about 22 counties where we have partners working with Brooke East Africa. So, combining today to celebrate Brooke at 90 and also to celebrate the World Animal Day, I think has been very appropriate because I thought that Florence is going to mention that today being 4th October is the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, who is the saint for animals. You know, every day is dedicated to a saint. And today is special because St. Francis of Assisi was very passionate about animals and the environment. And for us, the Brooke partners, we are also passionate for animals, the environment, and the health. So the One Health approach is really what brings us together with all our expertise that we provide. So I want to say thank you very much for everybody who is around, and for all those who are working with donkey owning communities to ensure that donkeys are put in the right place in the society, and for ensuring that we have all these plans that have been in place, but overall to ensure that the people, the livelihoods of people are taken well care of. So thank you, Raphael. Thank you, everybody, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much, Titus. You can have your seat, and sasa tusikie sauti kutoka kwa jirani zetu Tanzania. Asante.
Sasa naleta ladha nyingine kidogo ya lugha. Mtunze punda, tuseme daima. Mtunze punda, mtunze punda. Ya, kwanza kabisa nimesimama hapa, nimefurahi sana kuwaona watu wengine nawafahamu. Watu wengine tulipoteza muda mrefu, lakini nimefurahi sana. Na natambua uwepo wa governor. Natambua uwepo wa Dr. Kari. Natambua uwepo wa Dr. Solomon, naye tunafanya naye kazi muda mrefu, yuko pale. Natambua uwepo wa Dr. Kinani, board chairman. Natambua uwepo wa veteran chairman. Natambua uwepo wa Karo. Yani nimefurahi sana. Habari za leo. Habari za kwenu. Jamani, mjui Kiswahili Kenya? Leo naongea Kiswahili sababu najua sasa hivi mnajua Kiswahili vizuri. Kwanza kabisa nachukua fursa hii kuwashukuru watu wa Brooke East Africa kwa sababu wamekuwa msaada mkubwa sana katika kumtetea mnyama punda. Punda katika jamii zetu, hasa katika maeneo ambayo mvua sio nyingi, watu wengi wanatumia punda. Ukija Tanzania tuna punda wengi sana. Na ukiingia Tanzania pale na Manga ukaanza kutembea eneo utakuwa unakutana na punda wanakukaribisha wengi sana. Lakini tuliingiliwa na mtu mmoja anajiita Mchina, mchinjaji wa mnyama punda, kwa tamaa tu ya kupata ngozi, akiwa na imani kwamba ile ngozi anaenda kutengeneza eji yao, kwamba watu wakila wanaume wanapata nguvu. Kwani hamna nguvu? Ile nguvu ya kina baba mnaifahamu wakina mama yetu wanakuwa warembo. Kwani wakina mama nyinyi sio warembo? Ni warembo tayari. Kwa Wachina waliingilia kwa njia nyingi, matokeo yake punda wengi sana wakapotea. Na sasa tuko katika program ya kuhakikisha kwamba punda wanaongezeka. Kwa tunashukuru sana watu wa Brooke wamewezesha usitishwaji wa uchinjaji wa punda Afrika nzima. Tanzania sisi tumesimamisha uchinjaji wa punda kabisa, na ukija huwezi kukuta hata kiwanda kimoja cha uchinjaji wa punda, na mashine zimeshamolewa tayari. Kwa hiyo tunashukuru kwa hilo, na vile vile hivi karibuni tumezindua utaratibu mmoja kwamba punda, mkurugenzi wa Wizara ya Mifugo amesema punda sasa hata kuwa kitoweo kwa ajili ya mezani pale. Hutaona kitoweo cha punda, hutakula nyama ya punda tena Tanzania nzima. Hata kama jamii tu mlikuwa mnachinja pale, haitakaa ichinjwe. Kwetu kule kulikuwa na makabila yalikuwa nakula punda, wanakula mbwa. Hivi kwenye mnakula mbwa? Kwetu kule kuna makabila mbwa ni kama mbuzi tu. Kwa hiyo hakuna kuchinja mbwa, hakuna kuchinja punda. Na vile vile mnyama punda ameingizwa kwenye silabasi ya kujifunzia. Vyuo vyote vya kwetu vya mifugo ikiwemo university, pale kuna dokta nafikiri ametoka Nairobi University, hakuna tena hakuna tena kutomfundisha zile topics. Kwa hiyo itakuwa included magonjwa ya punda, anafanya nini, yote watajifunza kama sayansi ya punda. Kwa hiyo tumefika hilo vile vile kwa sababu ya uwezeshwaji wa Brooke. Tumeenda kuwafuatilia watu wizarani mpaka wameingiza hiyo vitu, na vile vile kwa uwezeshwaji wetu kutoka Brooke East Africa wameweza kutusaidia hata jamii za kule sasa hivi zinazokaa kwenye maeneo ya ukame au no water. Sasa hivi wametuwezesha hata hela ya kujenga vituo vya kupata maji kwa ajili ya wanyama punda na kwa ajili ya binadamu. Kwa hiyo punda amemwezesha mtu vile vile kupata hata maji ya kunywa. Kwa ujumla niseme kwamba kwa summary sasa kwamba watu wa Brooke wameweza kutuwekea kitu kwenye brain zetu. Sasa kwa kutuwekea kitu kwenye brain zetu, kile kitu kimeshuka kwenye mioyo yetu, tukawa na huruma na mnyama punda. Hata watu kule kwetu wanaofuga punda, wanaofanya kazi na punda, wamewekewa kitu kwenye brain zao. Ile kitu kimeshuka kwenye heart, moyo. Sasa kwa sababu kimeshuka kwenye moyo, kimetiririka sasa kimeenda kwenye. Kwa hiyo wale watu kule wanafanya kazi kwa kutumia brain, inakuja kwenye moyo, inakuja kwenye mikono. Nashukuru sana kwa kunisikiliza. Asanteni sana.
Tunashukuru sana ndugu yetu na kazi nzuri ambayo inaendelea katika Tanzania nzima. We now move it forward and I want to welcome my outgoing chairman, Eric, to come and make his remarks. Eric has been a board member of Brooke for 9 years. But then out of those 9 years, he has really led as the chairman of the Brooke East Africa for 5 years. So, Eric, as well.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Eric Kimani, kutoka hapa Kenya. Mimi ni mwenyekiti aliyestaafu. Where is my Tanzanian friend? How am I doing? A good morning to all of us. I've been given a few minutes. And my few minutes was, I'll take on 5, what I was asked to do, but 1 minute to just explain to you how I feel. Brooke was begun just about 2-3 years. I joined the board. And my job, we've come a long way. And I feel, for those of you who have read the Bible, I feel that I've taken the children of Israel through the desert. Now, I can go and rest with my fathers and leave Joshua to go on. When I hear the stories being told here, but that story for another day. Our distinguished guest, the Deputy Governor of Laikipia, our warrior partners, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the press. My name is Eric Kemani, a proud friend of the group worldwide, and the immediate past chair of the board of directors of Brooke staff. It is an immense honor for me to stand before you today as we celebrate not one, but two milestones. World Animal Day and the Brooke at 90. The Brooke is dedicated to the welfare of animals, particularly working horses and donkeys, that have played a crucial role in the livelihoods of countless people throughout history. I am certain that the Brooke family has had a profound influence in raising awareness and advocacy for today's World Animal Day. I had the privilege, like I said, joining Brooke in 2015, serving for 9 years, 5 of which was the chair of the board. I witnessed great transformation. I witnessed an annual budget expansion of 400%, a staff growth of 300% over that time, prompting us to move from very modest offices somewhere near Upper Hill to our current very prestigious modern space at Mwalimu Towers, Upper Hill. Throughout my tenure, I prioritized strong governance, strong corporate governance, and fostered a culture of dynamic leadership from both our board and our CEO and leadership level. What began as a very small organization has grown into a leading force in Africa. Now partnering with the African Union as in part to deliver transformational animal resource projects across the continent. One of the proudest moments of my tenure as chair was the historic achievement that has been alluded to of banning the cruel and exploitive donkey skin trade, not just in Kenya, but across Africa under the directive of the African Union. As we celebrate the World Animal Day, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to Brooke
in our midst. And to represent them, I'd like to invite on stage Robert Maitavia from the Association of Donkey Owners of Kenya, who is the chair, to tell us a little bit about what this slogan, Punda Afe Uwe Punda Mwenyewe, means to him. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause tafadhali tukaribishe Bwana Maitavia kutoka Meru. Asante sana. Tafadhali tuambie moja mbili.
The chief guest, the CEO Brooke East Africa, wageni wote wahusika, wenye punda wale ambao tuko nao, our deputy governor from Laikipia County, amjamboni. Kwa majina naitwa Robert Maitavia. Mimi ndiye mwenyekiti wa Handok. Handok ni society ambayo inaitwa Association of Donkey Owners in Kenya. Imekuwa registered na pia iko na idadi ya vikundi ambavyo vimeunda hiyo society 550 na tuko na members wale ambao wamehusika hapo 26,554 pia na ni very active, tukiwa katika kaunti ambazo ni 22 na tuko na tamaa ama tunataka kuendelea katika kaunti hizo zingine zimebaki na tunafikiria tutasonga mbele. Hii ni siku kubwa sana na nimefurahi sana kuwa na nyinyi. Ndoto langu lilikuwa naomba wakati nilikuwa naunda kikundi upande wa Meru ambapo tuko na governor ni mama. Tulikuwa hapo wakati Keda tulikuwa huko. Na sasa tulikuwa na murithi wetu ambaye anaitwa murithi hapo na akaniambia wewe kijana unaweza hii maneno. So nikamwambia nataka kujua hao wafadhili. Akaniambia wafadhili wetu wanaitwa Brooke East Africa na Brooke UK. Nikamwomba namwambia tafadhali wakiweza kukuja uniite niwasalimie. So the time Brooke came in Kenya 2013 I was there in Continental na nikafurahi kuwaona na pia nikasalimia mmoja hata kama sikuongea that time. Nikawa sasa naona kama ndoto inafikiana. Nikaomba tena tuwe na hii organization. Ilikuwa ndoto langu. Nikamwambia Mr. Murithi, naomba sisi tuungane pamoja wenye punda wote ili tuwe tunatoa sauti yetu inasikika. Akaniambia hii inawezekana Maitavia. So nikamwambia kama itawezekana nishike mkono ili iwezekane. So akaniambia ngoja kwanza nikuletea hawa partner akusalimie tuone kama itawezekana. Ndio hapo akaniletea nabii ambaye tunaita Elijah, the Brooke manager. Akaingia Meru. Akaniambia mimi ndiye nabii. Ukitaka nikushike mkono nitakushika. So nikafurahi. Nikamwambia kwanza tufagie huko mji wa Meru. Akaniambia niko hapo. Akaniletea wale watu wa vitimbi. Tukafagia, tukafurahi. Ngavana akatokea nje, tukafagia pamoja. Tukashukuru. Nikaona tutasonga. Sasa nikamwambia sasa ukienda kwa wengine, akaniambia tuko na other organization, najua si Kenda ati pekee. Nikamwambia enda uongee nao kama mtakuwa kwa board. Tupatane sisi wenye punda sote tushikane. Akaniambia hii inawezekana Maitavia. Sasa tukafanya kwanza ikaferu ikiwa huko Embu. Ikaingia mara ya pili. Sijui Brooke ikaingilia wapi. Namshukuru the CEO former friend. Wakati tulikutana akasema hii inawezekana Maitavia. Nikauliza kwani wote huu nabii na wengine kwani wanaongea lugha moja? Sasa nikamwambia basi nishikeni mkono, mambo ikawa hivyo. Sasa ndio mambo ya uchinjaji ikatokea kama hiyo wenzangu wamesema. Hii ya uchinjaji sasa tukaona maneno yetu sasa itaharibika. Punda wakiisha wote hata sisi tumeisha. Ndio tukawaambia sasa tafadhali tuachane na mambo mengine, mmetufunza ya kutosha, tupambane na huyu adui. Adui ni nani? Ni Mchina. Sasa wakaniambia kama mnataka pambaneni. Hiyo maandamano tukafanya. Barua tukaandika. Serikali haisikii.
Tukaiomba sasa, hata sisi tujaribu namna ile tutaweza. Hata hatakuwa kama jenzi itakuja ifike na serikali. Ndio tulikuwa wa kwanza kufanya kila county mpaka serikali ikaona hii maneno inaweza fikiana. Sasa wakati nilichaguliwa, niliwaambia watu niko na ndoto. Kwanza nitaenda kwa minister yule ni wa kilimo, usiniache. Nikawaambia sitawaacha, na nikawaambia ndoto langu lingine ni kuenda kwa rais, nimwambie shinda zile watu wa punda wanapitia wote. Sasa hii janga lile tuko nalo la uchinjaji wa boost slaughterhouse na theft cases ambazo zimejaja kila pale, na pia hiyo litafikiana. Nilikuwa natafuta namna ya kuingia kwa Kachagua, sasa nasikia anakuwa impeached. I don't know kama yatakuwa hivyo, kama itakuwa, but yule atakuja, nitaingia wapi? Kwa mlango. Pia nikashukuru manake Ken Brooke imetushikilia. Unajua sasa wamekuwa my mentor. I like that. Na niambia ukipita hapa sauti yako inasikika. Sasa nilijaribu wakinione kama ni ukweli. Wiki iliyopita nikaandika kabarua tu kidogo, nikatuma kwa CS the current Dr. Andrew Karanja. Nikamwambia nataka kukuja, niko na office biala yangu, tunataka kuongea maneno mawili matatu. Sasa nikaitikiwa tu, sitaongea sana. Nikaambiwa najua hawako kwa reception. Nikamwambia nitajuaje? Tarudisha hii habari kwa watu wangu aje nipe tu ruhusa niingie huko. Kumbe nilikuwa naenda kwa PA. Kumbe walikuwa lunch time. Kumbe lunch time ndio Mungu anasikianga. Sasa nikakuta hiyo PA hayuko, nikaingia direct kwa ofisi ya nani? Ya minister. Sasa najua CCTV ziko. Nikaongea kwa sauti kubwa kama hivyo naongea. Naambia madam, mimi am Robert Metelia, am Adokochia, I'm coming here to seek for appointment. Akaniambia okay, thank you for that. Sasa akaniambia mkubwa hayuko, but akiingia nitamwambia. Sasa nikamwambia please madam, give me your contact. Akaniambia hapana, kubali, imefika. Barua imefika. Amwambia si sasa kama imefika unipatie nikupigie. Akaniambia kama yaro unaongea imefika, sasa imefika. Nikamwambia ujue sasa nitakuja. Juzi tu hapa. Akaniambia usikuje. Then in short akaniambia mambo yako imekubalika. Nikaingia. Kumbe nikampata jamaa mzuri kama CEO wa Brooke East Africa. Mpenda watu. Tukaongea, hata nilikuwa nimeambiwa nimekuwa guided by Brooke. Akaniambia ukipatiwa chance ni ya 5 minutes. Kumbe mtu amenipatia hata masaa mawili matatu mpaka nikaishiwa kuongea. Nasema hiyo okay. Sawa. Sasa hii jambo tunaangazia nalo chinjaji na wiki. Nataka tuangazie. Kiangazia hiyo ikifikiana mambo yetu itakuwa. Maana Machakos wanalia, huko Kirinyaga wanalia, kaunti mingi wanalia, Turkana wanalia. Pia huo uchinjaji. Na ukiendelea hao makateos wanataka kuchinja punda wetu. Basi wanataka sisi kutuchinja. Watutoe nini? Ngozi. Manake kama punda wakiisha, sini sisi watarundia tulikuwa na punda. Wataona next hiyo ndawa mnataja hapo, sitataja, iko na hao watu ambao walikuwa naenda na nini? Na punda, lakini hatutakubali hiyo. Sasa tunawatafuta na mbinu zote mpaka punda wetu wao tosha, na ninajua ili ukiendelea tu kutushikilia mkono sisi tutafika na punda wetu watakuwa salama na tutafurahia, na pia punda watafurahia. Wale wanajua kuna watu ambao wanawajali. Mungu awabariki zaidi kwa yale ambayo mnapenda na ni mema. Ningependa kwenda hizo na mtu alikuwa ameniambia kwa hiyo occasion bar ni suit, sasa sibai. Juu sasa niko na mission nyingine mpaka ikamilike. Ikikamilika nabii ndio nitaba. Unaelewa? Mpaka hiyo maneno ikiisha ya uchinjaji hii ya chini kama vile mambo ya slaughterhouse ilifungwa. Na hii ingine sasa imebaki kidogo, tutamaliza tukipatana na watu wangu na pia nyinyi. Asante sana, Mungu awabariki. Nawatakia mema.
Asante sana Bwana Maitethia. We also have 2 community members. I'll just ask them to stand and wave. Usimame at least tufanye hivi watu wakuone. Cynthia from Baringo, tafadhali tumpigie makofi. Asante sana. And we have David, our young donkey owner. If you see him, you may recognize him from the video. An amazing testimony of the transformation that can happen when you empower the youth to have a sense of self-worth. And of course, yes, we popularly call him, Maitethia mentioned that he's the ad hoc chair, but we have the ad hoc chair of Nairobi CBD, and we popularly call him Wajose. Tafadhali simama, usalimie watu wakupigia makofi, tafadhali. Thank you so much. He has such a powerful testimony. Please, if you get time, pull him aside and he'll tell you about how donkey skin trade severely affected his business and what he's doing to ensure that the community members have their donkey safe and can continue earning funds from it. In the interest of time, I would like to invite a representative from the Ministry of Education, Madam Dorcas Mbak, who is here representing the Deputy Director of Education, Bwana Nelson Sifuna, who made a technical appearance just to say thank you so much for the partnership that we have together, but had to leave. As you know, October is the season when we get into KCPE and KCSE. So today is when the ministry is meeting the invigilators. So he came, he gave us his greetings, but we have Madam Dorcas Mbak who will read a speech on his behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please.
Thank you so much, moderator, for this opportunity. Our protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, and our learners, good morning. My name is Dorcas Baka. I work at the Ministry of Education. I work in the directorate where music and drama are domiciled. But I coordinate in the secondary sports. I assist the executive officer. And we are grateful for this invite and to join all of you in celebrating the Animal Day today. Thank you so much for recognition of one animal, the horse, and the donkey. My home county is Embu, and when I'm going home, there is the place I pass called Mwea, and there is a lot of donkey carrying lots of loans for the people of Mwea. But what makes me feel sad and I do not like is the way the young people whose luggage is carried by the donkey, they keep hitting and hitting the donkey several times. Until one day I was going home and I remembered there is that a king, that mfalme in the Bible, who the donkey talked to. Do you remember that? And the donkey asked him, I have always carried you all days. Why do you hit me? The first, the second, and the third time. And those of us who read the Bible know that there is the reason why the donkey stopped. My question has always been, why do you hit the donkey when it is carrying the mchele, taking to the mill or wherever? Why do you keep hitting it? And we were chatting, actually I was sitting there and we were chatting with my colleagues. And I posted our children, and I also posted this Brooke logo and the celebration today. And I told them today is World Animal Celebration Day, and we are celebrating Then Madam Janet, who coordinates the music, is saying, let me just read for you. Thanks Dorcas for representing us. And then she says, I keep cows. And I give them names. I have one called Dorcas, Deborah, and one Sarah. And you know, animals celebration. So I just retaliated and saying, so amazing. Today we gonna celebrate them alongside the donkey and the horses. And I'm so grateful for the history I've just listened to, that kumbe huyu ni mnyama ambaye ana majukumu mengi ya muhimu, na kumbe ni mnyama somebody gave their time to take care. Kwa hivyo, I want to join the learners by saying, tumtunze punda, atutunze. Let's take care of the donkeys and the horses, that they may take care, they may help us in our day-to-day duties. I just want to read the speech by the Director, Field Coordination and Co-Curricular Activities, that he sent me to read on his behalf. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to write on all protocols observed here today. It is a great honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate two significant milestones: World Animal Day and the 90th anniversary of Brooke. I dare add to these significant milestones the reason as to why I am here: a celebration of a great partnership between Brooke East Africa and the Ministry of Education. Today's theme, "The world is their home too," resonate deeply with your commitment to advocate for animal rights. Animals are not just part of our world. They are integral to our lives, our ecosystem, and our communities. And as a ministry, we are proud to associate ourselves with this mission and theme. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the invaluable partnerships that have enriched our efforts. Your long-standing collaboration with the Kenya Music Festival and the Kenya National Drama Festival under the auspice of the Ministry of Education has created a powerful platform for advocacy. These partnerships have not only elevated and escalated your messages, but have also inspired countless individuals to join in your cause. I want to sincerely thank you, Brooke East Africa, for your unwavering commitment to integrating arts and education in promoting animal welfare. Together, we are creating change and raising awareness about the rights of animals. At the heart of Brooke East Africa's mission is the unwavering support for working animals and the advocacy for their rights. These animals play crucial roles in the livelihoods of many communities, and it is our responsibility to ensure their welfare is well taken care of. As a ministry, our doors are open for even greater partnerships through other unexplored co-curricular activities, including sports and games for regular and special needs learners. The ministry, through its various platforms, has the ability to permeate the depth of society with well-crafted messaging from our partners, and I call upon you to take advantage of these platforms to reach a wider community of members. As we celebrate today, let us remember that every effort we make for animal welfare is a step toward a healthier and more sustainable world for all. Co-curricular activities are vital in nurturing empathy and responsibility in our young people. Schools have a unique opportunity to weave animal rights themes into their programs, performances, and creative expressions. I encourage all educators and partnering institutions to embrace this opportunity. Let it all inspire students through art contests, drama performances, and music pieces that celebrate the bond between humans and animals. Let us integrate sports too into this because of its inclusive and mobilizing nature. These activities not only enhance creativity, but also foster a sense of create a ripple effect of compassion and awareness. I commit to encourage schools to hold discussions and projects related to animal welfare, organize community outreach programs that involve students in caring for animals, whether through volunteering at shelters or organizing awareness campaigns. Together, we can instill a sense of responsibility that extends beyond the classroom and into the community. As we reflect on efforts by Brooke and our own efforts, we recognize the importance of our collective advocacy for animal rights. Together, we can create a world where animals are treated with the respect, dignity, and the care they deserve. I am hopeful for continued partnership and collaborations that lie ahead. Thank you for your commitment to making the world a better place for animals and for inspiring future generations. I wish you all a successful and an inspiring celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Dorcas. Another round of applause for the Ministry of Education. It's a very busy time for you, so we appreciate you taking time to be here with us this morning. Up next, it is my honor and privilege to invite Dr. John Owino to give us some few remarks on behalf of the Kenya Veterinary Association, KVE. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Owino.
Good morning. Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, Laikipia. I'll not go the route of Raphael. Let me just say all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, I'm here representing in a Kenya Veterinary Board meeting. And, I've seen the program you've written Kenya Veterinary Board. So I just want to say there's a difference between Kenya Veterinary Board and Kenya Veterinary Association. The board is the statutory regulator of veterinary matters in the country, while us as an association, we are a membership organization for veterinary surgeons all over this country, Kenya. So Kenya Veterinary Association is KVA, while Kenya Veterinary Board is KVB. KVA is forever grateful to Brooke East Africa for their continuous support to our programs and activities. Even our own capacity building, they have come in handy, and they have been a long-standing partner with KVA. And we count them as loyal partners. We count them as partners Dr. Kinoti, apparently who is my former classmate, so at least you have evidence he went through vet school. And his excellent team of veterinarians and other cadre of professions. And also, I'd like to say thank you for allowing Dr. Opere. I know she's not here today. She's somewhere engaged. Dr. Kinoti has allowed Dr. Opere, who is one of you in Brooke, to be part of the National Executive Committee. And for sure, she has continued to be a valuable member of the team. So we are truly grateful for that resource. So today we gather not only to celebrate a remarkable milestone in the life of an organization truly special, but also to commemorate an occasion close to our hearts. And this is the World Animal Day. So it's with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Brooke East Africa on reaching the incredible milestone of 90 years. I don't know what it's called, but in marriage anniversary is called granite, the granite anniversary. So I don't know whether they can adopt it, that this is the granite anniversary. It's just a decade shy of a century. So, I mean, that is some achievement. Thank you. Your journey through the 90 years has been nothing short of inspirational. Your unwavering dedication to the welfare of donkeys has touched countless lives, both human and animal alike. Your passion, commitment, and tireless efforts have not only made a difference in the lives of individual donkeys, but have also raised awareness and inspired others to join the cause. So on this World Animal Day, we reflect on the importance of compassion and advocacy for our fellow creatures. Brooke's legacy shines brightly as a beacon of hope and action. Through its work and example, they have shown us the profound impact that one organization can have on the world. As we celebrate Brooke's 90 years of existence, let us also reaffirm our commitment to protecting and advocating for the rights and welfare of donkeys everywhere. Each one of us has the power to make a difference. Wherever you are, you don't have to wait for maybe an animal welfare officer or police or any other authority to intervene. Even you as a Kenyan citizen, you can intervene. So take an action that it starts with you. If you see a donkey being hurt, a donkey being mistreated, speak up. Most of the time, those who do this may not be aware. Maybe they're doing it out of tradition. So when you speak out, it alerts them that they're doing something wrong. And as many voices will come up speaking against it, they will stop that tradition. Your achievements are a testament to the power of compassion and determination. So on behalf of all of us here today, and indeed on behalf of all those whose lives you have touched, we say thank you. Thank you for your tireless efforts, your boundless compassion, and your unwavering commitment to making the world a better place for donkeys. So please join me in congratulating Brooke on her 90th year, and to all those who work tirelessly to ensure a brighter future for animals around the globe. Here's to you, Brooke East Africa, and to many more years of inspiring change and making a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wino, for those remarks. Dr. Opere, who is our animal welfare officer at Brooke East Africa, is away on assignment in Uganda. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the WWF, which is the Worldwide Fund for Nature. Do we have the representative here just to stand and wave? We recognize you. All right, I'd like to recognize a representative from JKUAT University. Please stand so that we can appreciate you if you're here. A round of applause, please. I'd also like to recognize our representatives from our training institute, Ahiti, Wajir and Kabete, and Nyahururu. I beg your pardon, please stand so we can appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time to be here. It is these partnerships that make us stronger and give us the wind beneath our wings. Up next, it is my honor and privilege to introduce on stage to give some brief remarks the Chief Veterinary Officer at the State Department of Livestock, Madam Marianne Muimali. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for Madam Marianne Muimali.
Thank you. The Deputy DG, CEO Brooke East Africa, Animal Welfare Organization, our partners, ladies and gentlemen, watoto wetu wote, good morning. Good morning once more. Tumepewa kibwagizo, si kijakazi, bali ni si kijakazi bali ni si kijakazi bali ni. Thank you. That was a good one from our children from Naivasha. My name is Dr. Marianne Muimali. Muimali comes from the Directorate of Veterinary Services, Kabete. I am a veterinarian by training. Just a few, maybe a year or so, in the Animal Welfare Office at Kabete. Initially, I was in training, Meat Training Institute. The first assignment when I landed in Kabete, somebody told me that you are going to Brooke, East Africa. And what are you going to do there? Unaenda kuomba pesa. Oh my goodness. How does government go to somewhere else to source for funds? I was scared. And I walked to Dr. Kinoti's office, and he was there. I booked it. In fact, making that call was one hell on earth. I made that call, a very jovial man. 10 o'clock on the D-Day, I entered into the office. What do I find? I find Dr. A warm welcome for me, a very jovial man. In fact, I was like, what am I going to tell this man? He was, we chatted, we had some tea there, and it went on all well. Thank you so much for giving me so much hope when I was, when you have just dived into the deep end. So those of us who are familiar with civil service, when you're coming maybe from a training institutions where there are structures, and you get to this other end, you're being told, this is the assignment. And you find a guy who has so much trust in you. He gives you hope. He tells you you're going to make it, and you are fit for the job. Thank you so much, Dr. You don't know what you did. So in the Animal Welfare Communication and Advisory Services Office, Kabete, where I sit, we do have one of us who is joining us. Dr. Where are you? Maybe you can just wave. Dr. Alan, that is a newcomer in that office. I'm so happy because my senior has moved to another office. So at the level of the TVS, we do have partners, the animal welfare organizations. We do have an organization that is the Animal Welfare Association of Animal Welfare Organization of Kenya. Onyango, can you assist me on that? Awake. Yes, we do have Awake. And with this, we bring these organizations together. Maybe I will want to call upon the welfare organizations that we come together so that we can steer the animal welfare agenda together. Maybe we can have mapping of all the animal welfare organizations within the country for proper coordination. and even working together so that maybe we can do have specialization in terms of maybe welfare, we can have specialization in terms of equines, small animals, slaughter, and so on and so forth. And maybe bringing others on board who are not represented. We do have academia, we do have ministerial training institutions, and other stakeholders. So back to where we are, I stand here to represent the Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Alan Azegele. Did I mention my name? Yes, I did. So I represent the Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Alan Azegele, who is out on official assignment. It is a true honor to stand before you today as we commemorate a monumental milestone, 90 years of Brooke, and also the World Animal Day. The celebration is not just a reflection in time, but tireless dedication, commitment, and compassion to the welfare of donkeys. On this special occasion, we come together to recognize the vital role that donkeys play in our world, and we renew our commitment that this is their home too. The DVS partners with Brooke in various capacities. This is to take care of animals in terms of veterinary care, veterinary education, and also policy development. We have enhanced animals' health programs that provide regular veterinary services such as disease management, disease prevention, and control. These are critical for maintaining the health and productivity of animals. In addition, we have mobile clinics reaching out to remote communities and owners that lack access to such healthcare facilities. Our partnership has facilitated capacity building and training of veterinarians, paraprofessional, and animal health workers. This has enhanced the capacity of local veterinary services to care for donkeys, ensure these animals receive timely and effective care. Our partnership extends to educating equine owners to proper care, nutrition, and disease prevention and control. This empowers communities to take better care of their animals and recognize early signs of disease, thus reducing the need for emergency intervention. We also partner with Brooke and other animal welfare organizations to advocate for stronger animal welfare policies. These efforts help establish legal frameworks that protect working equines from abuse, neglect, and even overworking. They also promote the enforcement of these laws, ensuring that equine welfare is prioritized at government level. We bring on board research institutions and also do engage in research initiatives so that we can better understand the health and welfare needs of the equines. This one informs policy development and help target areas where interventions are needed. The impact of partnership has transformed lives of countless donkeys and the people who rely on them. Healthy donkeys are more productive, which means more resilient livelihoods for families and communities. In regions where donkeys are backbone of agriculture and transport, these interventions are life-changing. And by ensuring donkeys receive care they deserve, we do not only improve animal welfare, but contribute to poverty alleviation, environmental protection, and community sustainability. Healthy animals means healthy economies, and stronger economies means brighter futures for all. Looking forward, as we celebrate the Animal Day at Brooke at 90, we are filled with pride for the progress that we have made together so far. But this is also a moment that we should be looking forward. And at DVS, we remain committed to expanding our efforts in collaboration with Brooke East Africa and other key partners. Let us remember that the world is not only our home, but the world is their home too. As we continue together to create a world where donkeys are treated with care, the respect they deserve, and the communities that depend on them also thrive and prosper. In conclusion, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to Brooke East Africa for their unwavering partnerships. To everyone here who supported the DVS missions, thank you so much. Together we made a profound difference, and together we shall continue to do so for many years to come. Let us continue to make the world a better home for both humans and animals alike. As we commemorate Brooke at 90, congratulations and thank you so much.
Another round of applause, please. We really appreciate the support that the DVS gives us, and the partnership must continue. Like one of our speakers said, this thing must work. Up next, it is my honor and privilege to introduce on stage the Director of Africa for Wild Animal Protection, Mr. Tennyson Williams, to say a word or two. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Tennyson Williams.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. My name is Tennyson Williams. I work for World Animal Protection. I think the least that is expected of me is not to be here. The least that is expected of me is not to be here. The most that is expected of me is to be here. Raphael, to you and your team. Ladies and gentlemen, Brooke at 90 is a long story. And I don't have the competency to tell that story. Raphael and team were a brilliant set of individuals that have come together to continue the vision of 90 years. I think that is really historic indeed. Animal welfare, ladies and gentlemen, and the need to ensure animals live a good life has come of age. In today's world, I think it is obvious that the trajectory that we are now looking at is to ensure that we bring animals to be part and parcel of our own development. Truth be told, animals don't need human beings. Human beings need animals. As a matter of fact, when you hear the argument, the reason why we are talking about the donkeys is because of the benefits we derive from them. But we want to make sure, whilst that is a good argument, we don't lose sight of the fact that animals are sentient beings. There is a science behind that. They feel, they need to exercise natural behavior. When they get sick, they need to be treated. The water they are fed should not be the one that you don't need at all, because that is important for the animals. I think it is selfish of mankind to only respond to the needs of animals when it benefits us. Biblically, I don't think that is what the Bible told us when the Bible says we must take care of animals. World Animal Protection, the organization I represent, has very clear bias why animals matter. We talk about climate change today, and we have evidence that suggests the contribution from animal agriculture to greenhouse gas emission is so significant that the new climate culprit that we now face is industrial agriculture. So what we are saying is that when we call for a focus on animals, it is not because we don't have any other work to do, and therefore we are seeking to protect animals to favor us. Luckily for us, we are in a country, Kenya, that is way ahead of the curve, except perhaps for South Africa, championing this cause, changing the trajectory, the debates, the understanding, and the thinking. Many years ago, we could not have gathered like this to talk about animals. The world is changing. We need to respond to that change. So as World Animal Protection, I did not send one of my staff to be here because I need to be here to walk the talk. If you are in this room, I want to challenge you not to be in this room because you have nothing else to do. You are in this room because animals' lives matter. Do you disagree with me? Do you disagree with me? You are only here because you have nothing else to do. Because I will have asked the management of this hotel to show you the door, not me. That was on a light note. But Raphael and team, I think you've assembled brilliant minds, brilliant institutions. The county government is present to demonstrate that governance has to be part and parcel of what we are talking about. Because what we are doing as NGOs, our business is to complement the effort of governments. We don't replace governments, we complement the effort of governments. And it is very important that in all these gatherings, the policy formulation responsible entities are present. Because we will not achieve the change that we hope to achieve without policy backing our efforts. It's not possible. So we are grateful to the government of Kenya for spearheading the animal welfare agenda on behalf of Africa and moving that spearheading responsibility to the global stage. This year, or no, last year, for the first time in Africa, the Kenya government hosted the first it was the first animal welfare climate change summit in Africa. The first climate summit in Africa was hosted here in Kenya last year. I think that is a very clear message. So for us at World Animal Protection, our position is clear. We want to support the work that you guys are doing at Brooke because it's very important. So my call to your team, Raphael, is for them to support you to be able to do the work that you have been assigned to. Today is World Animal Day. It is not just another celebration. It is a commitment to follow through on what those who had the vision 90 years ago thought about. It's a big ask. Is it doable? Yes, it's doable. What does it need? It needs commitment. So I want to encourage all of us present here, the children who have come to show that they are ready to take the mantle after us. And by the way, it's very important that we continue to bring the children to this fold. Some of us have only 2 years in our pocket. Do I look like somebody who has only 2 years? Some of us have only 2 years in our pocket. These guys sitting at the table, these young guys, they will be the one having this microphone and taking this platform in a few years to come. There will be no continuity if we don't bring these children on board. So let's treat the children with respect. Let us really treat the children with respect because they will be the ones to manage all of this. Some of it is our mess. They will have to take care of our mess. So children, I doff my hat to all of you. God bless you as you continue to show your talent and share in this. You said amen. Brilliant. And by the way, I can see the next governor of your county sitting at that table. I can see the next cabinet secretary for agriculture sitting there. I can see the next minister of environment sitting there. So that's our business. Thank you all very much. Kudos to the work that Brooke is doing. I can't help but continue to trumpet that because I think it's real. Thank you. God bless you. Happy celebrations.
Thank you so much, Bwana Williams. Another round of applause, please. We feel very inspired, and I do agree the children are the future. Up next, allow me to invite Dr. Timothy Wachira from the University of Nairobi to give us a few remarks. Thank you so much, Daktari, for coming. We appreciate you. A round of applause for Daktari, please.
Greetings to all of you. An appreciation for this meeting and the invitation for me to participate and be with you. Sometimes those from the university are considered to be people who just tell others. The word that is usually used is ivory tower. In other words, unakaa tu uko juu, you don't know what is happening down there. And there is indications that that has happened. As has been said, change from that level has been long time. It's taken long. But my only thing to say here is that these kind of meetings and sensitization is so unfortunate that it is the university that also requires sensitization. It is the one who should be sensitizing the others. But we appreciate it, we take it with stride and say change will come, and it's our commitment to work along with you in ensuring that those who are coming from our training institutions will in future flow with what is happening here, so that we are not only looking at animals to treat them and commercially benefit from animals, because that's what we have been training. We have been training people to have cows that produce more and more, goats that produce more and more, for our benefit. But now it's quite clear that the survival of humanity is not just because of how the animals help you, is that we were all created to live in a network that one supports the other. The animals support us, we support them. And the environment in which we live in to support us. So that whatever, it's not just the donkey, even the snakes, even the insects, even the plants themselves, all of us exist and we shall survive when the other one survives. If they go, we all go. And therefore, how we live in relation with the other, there are many benefits that we all gain and support each other. And that is a commitment that is now starting to come from institutions of learning, and we are committed to ensuring that that is working together. So thank you very much. I have seen you at the university, not only physically, but in many different ways, and appreciate. Please continue pushing us. We will work together with Brooke to advance the cause of animals, because it's the cause of humanity and it's the cause of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Wachira, for being a true friend of Brooke East Africa. I think it's time now to hear from the children. They've been mentioned once or twice. So, and I hear they feel the rustling of their feet. They're so excited. Some of them, it's their first time to come to Nairobi. They have an amazing performance for us. I'll kindly ask my colleague Franklin to help me with the podium and to invite the children to come up on stage. They have an English choral verse and a song for us. And as they come up on stage, I'd like to invite Mr. Muiru, the head teacher of DCC Kabati, at least to say a word or two. They did not come alone. They came as a group, and to introduce who the group is. Mwalimu huyuko, head teacher. Alikuwa ametoka kidogo? Okay, yes. We have, you know, whenever schools come for events, it's always the DCC patrons who come with them. And as a regulation from the Ministry of Education, It's one teacher per 10 children, so we have 2 patrons. But the head teacher said, no, where my children are, I must go. So just like Bwana Tennyson Williams said, I am not sending a representative, I am going to come so that I'm part and parcel of the agenda. Their head teacher, DCC Kabati, said, I will also be part of the agenda. Let's allow him just to say, kutusalimia, alafu introducing the teachers who are here, and then we can have the entertainment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for protocols observed. Actually, I was not prepared to have a speech, but that does not mean that I'm speechless. A teacher always has something to deliver. Before my smart team recites their English chorus, I would like to introduce my teachers, Madam Esther. This is our patron, Madam Esther, and also my senior teacher. Say hi, just hi.
Hi.
Thank you for obeying. Otherwise, when we go back, if you could have gone further, I could have written a casualty. Deputized by Peter, say hi in Kisii.
Wakire.
Good. My name is John Moiro, the current head teacher in the mentioned school, that is Kabati. We feel honored to have this invitation. I know there were so many schools that we were competing with, but God is good because we were able to go up to the regional level. Last year we tried, we also went up to that level. I don't know what is happening. Who was an adjudicator? Do we have an adjudicator on the floor? So that I know the reason as to why we did not go to the nationals. You are lucky. Where is Purity? I can't see her. Purity, where are you? Hi. You are my mentor. We have journeyed together with Purity since the year when you are a girl, a small girl. Anyway, let us hear what our team has for us in the interest of time.
Thank you so much. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Moiro, the head teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you DCC Kabati Junior Secondary School from Naivasha.
Kabati Primary School, courtesy of Brooke, East Africa. Welcome. There is a star hero in our home, the forgotten hero. Gufu, our donkey. That's what we call him, the beast of bad. By 5 a.m. he is awake, ready and steady to start the day. He serves us diligently, tirelessly, pulling heavy loads from hills to barracks, barracks to hills and back. Wow! Fresh produce he delivers to the market on time, despite bad weather conditions. Stones and ballast from the quarry, he takes them to the construction site, working and working round the clock, every day, every hour, every minute, every second, just to work as a friend. Gufu, the beast of burden, the forgotten hero, the unsung hero. Hey, what happened? What changed? What got into us? We are no longer the friend we knew. He is no longer the beast we fell in love with. We mistreat him. We beat him. For for no apparent reason. We no longer care for him, despite being a trusted servant, despite bringing hundreds of thousands into Daddy's account. His throat is dry, his body is weak, sick, blood drips, drop from his open wounds. Pests and parasites have taken a toll on his body. Metal rods, sharp objects, bamboo sticks, all land on his bare back. It is a pain he cannot measure each year. He used to flourish, nourish, but now he is malnourished. What happened? What changed? The unsung hero, the forgotten hero. Daddy, my dear lovely friend, why don't you take care of him as you used to? Feed him, teach him, treat his wounds, be gentle with him. Hurt him not, and our servant he will be. Let's cherish the good of days, of hearts and smiles. Is that too much to ask for our forgotten hero? Mommy, this uniform I'm wearing today is courtesy of Nguvu. Let's not sell his meat and hide just for a short-time benefit. I plan to protect Nguvu, just like the Donkeys Club in our school. I will fight for his rights. Nguvu, the unsung hero, will be a cherished hero. Just like in the good book, the Bible, carrying our Savior, Nguvu, our donkey, will be celebrated forever and ever in the days to come. Thank you.
So listen. Testing.
Cheza wimbo kama ni wako. In front of you is DCC Club from Kabati Comprehensive School, presenting a song entitled Donkey. Welcome. Sing the donkey at the break of day. If you do not feed him, this is what he say. Hee-ho, 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 hee-ho. Silly sing the donkey at the break of day. If you do not feed him, this is what he say. Hee-ho, 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 hee-ho. Donkey is humble and peaceful, ever committed to the line of duty. From the morning all the day long, he's ever busy. If he's tired, this is what he said. Hee-ho, 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 hee-ho. From the morning all the day long, he's ever busy. If he's tired, this is what he said. Hee-ho, hee-ho, hee-ho.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big, big round of applause from the next generation of animal welfare officers and ambassadors. And a big round of applause to the teachers who have dedicated. Please note the last two songs were specifically composed for our event because they only did one piece for English choral verse and Kiswahili choral verse. But when we said come Brooke at 90, they composed a song for us. So please, let's give them a bigger round of applause. Thank you so much, Mwalimu, to the patron and the deputy for being very good champions of our Donkey Care Club movement. I'd like us to invite some of our guests who have come a really long way just to be with us here to give a word or two in honor of World Animal Day and of course Brooke at 90. I've been reminded that I said people should tweet, but I did not give our Twitter handle. Our Twitter handle is at the Brooke EA. So Brooke is spelled BROOKE, and then after the E in Brooke, there is an EA to represent Brooke East Africa. And you can also tag at World Animal Day. When you tag World Animal Day, which is an international platform in recognition of World Animal Day, they will retweet and more people will know what Brooke East Africa is doing to commemorate World Animal Day under the theme, the world is their home too. We, for all of us who are in civil society, we are popularly known as NGOs. Now we have been rebranded as public benefit organizations, PBOs. And now we are governed by the PBO Regulatory Authority. We have Mr. Isaiah Sang, who is here with us. Mr. Isaiah Sang, please come forward and give us a word or two on behalf of the PBO Regulatory Authority. Mr. Isaiah Sang, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please.
Good morning, everyone. Deputy Governor, Kipia, all protocols observed. I was reading there. Tunze Punda. Thank you. I'm here on behalf of the Public Benefit Organization Regulatory Authority, formerly the NGOs Coordination Board. And I'm honored to stand here today to celebrate this World Animals Day and the Brooke at 90. The regulator appreciates the good work done by all the civil societies, PBOs, NGOs in transforming the lives of people in Kenya, and also for complementing government in its work in supporting the citizens of Kenya in their daily lives. We are now at a very interesting time where we are transitioning the sector from the former now defunct NGOs Coordination Act to the PBO Act. And we are looking forward to this process, and we'll be soon inviting all sector players to come and give their views in the public participation process in terms of development of the regulations to guide the sector. We are here because of Brooke East Africa, for the good work they are doing. The team there, the board, and the partners of Brooke East Africa in delivering good work in terms of animal welfare. Brooke was registered in 2013 as the NGO number 8395. That is the 395 NGO registered in Kenya. So we keep following what you do. We appreciate the compliance to the law that you have really portrayed. And we wish that all other stakeholders can emulate Brooke in terms of its management, its governance, and delivery of its programs. I wish that you join me in congratulating Brooke at its 90 years of celebration, and I wish to wish everyone a happy Animal World Day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Sang, and for confirming that we are compliant. I hope that all the NGOs, CBOs, charities that are here are also compliant. And I like the name Public Benefit Organizations because it reflects that we are here to benefit the public. So thank you so much. At this juncture, I would like to bring on stage, to invite on stage Dr. Wamalwa from IGAD to come and say a word or two. Just in honor of World Animal Day and Brooke at 90 and our partnership. Karibu sana, round of applause please for Bwana Wamalwa.
Thank you very much, moderator. Your guest of honor, the Dichi Laikipia. It's a pleasure being with you here. Dr. Raphael Kinoti, the CEO of Brooke East Africa. It is indeed a big privilege that you considered also IGAD to be part of this. We know Brooke East Africa, and we really appreciate what Brooke East Africa has been doing in partnership with many other organizations, WAP, ANWA, and all that. I can stand here on behalf of the director of ICAT Center for Pastoral Areas and Livestock Development, who will not be here, but he sent me to represent him because he had other engagement. ICAT covers 8 countries. For those who have not maybe heard of it, Sudan, South Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti, and Eritrea. So we operate as a regional economic community. For those from East African countries, you know East ESC, East Africa Community. So this one covers the Horn of Africa countries. And I would like to reiterate and appreciate that Brooke East Africa has actually been walking the talk of what they talk about animal welfare issues, because we have worked very closely with Brooke East Africa. I remember even the journey we made together to Sudan just to make sure that the welfare of donkeys there is taken care of. It's unfortunate that as we were trying to move on here and there, the war broke out. And so a stalemate came. But that does not mean that we have stopped. We are still going to go there when the situation improves. We appreciate Brooke East Africa very much, the WAP, the donkey sanctuary. I remember when the issue of donkey slaughter was a big issue here. Brooke East Africa and the others that I've mentioned came in very strongly. And together with ICAD, we had a very big conference in Nairobi here to see why should donkeys be slaughtered. When you look at the falling interval of donkeys, it is very long, 11 to 14 months as compared to cattle, 9 months. Then donkeys being animals of burden, it means that falling rate really decreases. For a cow, you can have 1 calf per year. For a donkey, it will not be possible, simply because of the burden that it bears. And yet, when we look at the donkey, it is very, 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 very important. I remember I used to visit my relatives on Mount Elgon, and they wake up very early in the morning with donkeys around 3 a.m. And when you look at where they are passing and they are carrying heavy weight, so I used to think, without these donkeys, what will happen to this? And then you find someone has come and stolen this donkey and going to slaughter simply because of the skin. It is very bad. And so ICAD had to come in. I remember one time we had a bilateral meeting with Ethiopia in Moyale, which was a side meeting, whereby Ethiopia was really complaining of donkeys being smuggled to Kenya for slaughter. And actually, when you could go there, you see so many donkeys walking down. So the thing was, can we brand those donkeys and put a tax on them? And then we were reminded it cannot be like that, because this is a friendly government, a friendly country. So what do we do? And so the efforts that has been done by Brooke East Africa, WAP, the Donkey Sanctuary, ANWA, until we had that conference that actually reached the former CS that brought the ban to donkeys, was a very good thing for our country, and we really applaud and appreciate you. So even when you say that you are celebrating the 90 years of being in existence, you are walking the talk, and we really appreciate that very much, very much, very much. Of course, efforts have been made even at AU level. In the meeting that was held in Tanzania, came up with a moratorium on how to make sure that the welfare of donkeys is taken care of. And how is that going to be done? We are seeing donors are also just coming in to support what can be done so that the falling interval or the falling of donkeys can also be improved. So that as much as we want to safeguard and make sure, but can we also improve so that they don't take all that 3-4 years before you see a young one coming in. So maybe a strategy is going to be developed to see what can be done so that it can actually move forward. And so with the effort that Brooke East Africa and others are doing, we know we are going to make an impact. And I really appreciate Brooke East Africa for making sure that the young ones are also here, because this is how sustainability is going to come about. If we just sit the old ones, as William said, maybe we are the same age, we have only maybe 1 year to leave the stage. Without now the young ones, what will happen? We need them. And long life Brooke East Africa, make sure these young ones are there, so that whatever conversation is coming up, it should actually be able to help for sustainability. We were having another regional meeting where we were grappling on issues of camel diseases. Talking of camel unknown disease, camel unknown disease. So I wonder what is this? You look at a training institution, they don't even take care. Think of camels, and yet they are very important. I'm happy that donkeys are greatly being now considered in universities, courtesy of your organizations and the push. And thank you very much, Dr. Wachira, for that and everything. And with that, I say thank you so much, and thanks a lot for making ICAD part and parcel of this work. Thank you.
Asante tena sana, Dr. Wamalwa. I would like to recognize the presence of Dr. Monica Maichoma, who's the Institute Director of CALRO, that is Kenya Agriculture Livestock Research Organization. Dr. Maichoma, please stand so that we can recognize you. Let's give her a round of applause. Very instrumental when Brooke West Africa, when Brooke East Africa, did I say West Africa? Bona Tennyson. You're influencing me because I'm sitting next to you. When Brooke East Africa was conducting a research on the donkey's role on the milk value chain in Nyandarua, Bomet, and West Pokot. We appreciate you, Dr. Maichomo. I'd also like to recognize Ivan Mkala from IFAO, which is the International Fund for Animal Welfare. Bwana Mkala, please stand, we recognize you. Thank you so much for coming. We are really, we feel supported to have so many animal welfare organizations here with us this morning. At this juncture, it is my honor and privilege to introduce Lynn Iyadi and to invite her to come up on stage to make some brief remarks representing the World Organization for Animal Wealth, also known as WOA. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Lynn.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I must say I'm one of the happiest today because I get the opportunity to be an alumna of Brooke and to stand here on behalf of the World Organization for Animal Health. So, I'm happy. The Deputy Governor, Laikipia County, our colleagues at the Ministry, Veterinary Services, All protocol observed. I will not attempt to go through all that. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all from the World Organization for Animal Health. Before I start, again, I introduce myself. My name is Lini Yadi. I'm a communication specialist for Africa, the World Organization for Animal Health, and I'm here on behalf of our newly appointed representative, Dr. Neo Mapitse, who unfortunately was not able to be here because he just settled in his role this past week and had another commitment, but he sends his greetings. Receive cordial greetings from also our newly appointed Director General, Dr. Emmanuel Sobeyan, who has since taken over the leadership of WAR and works closely with Brooke at the global level, and who is aware that today WAR will be at the region to commemorate World Animal Day together with our partners, Brooke, but also to commemorate an anniversary, a milestone of 90 years for the Brooke. 100 years ago, this year, the World Organization for Animal Health, then the OIE, I'm sure most of you remember OIE, yeah, was founded to address the pressing issues in response to the risks of transboundary animal diseases. This year, as I said, we commemorated our centenary, 100 years. So as you can see, we are just 10 years older than Brooke. And I must say, in our sector, there's no other organization who comes close to that. So Brooke is our immediate follower, and then other organizations follow after that. So it's a special milestone and honor to be here. Last year rather, 2003, we rebranded from the OIE to adopt our full name, World Organization for Animal Health, which is acronymed as WAR, to reflect our comprehensive focus on animal health and welfare. Although we've evolved as an organization for over 100 years, our dedication and mandate to support animal health and welfare remains steadfast. For 100 years, we have been at the forefront to championing animal health and welfare, and for the next 100 years, which I'm sure I may not be here, but I'm happy that the generation after us is here, who will be able to commemorate another 100 years on our behalf. As WAR, we play a critical role in promoting animal health and welfare globally through developing and managing our terrestrial animal health code. This code includes specific chapters on animal welfare during transport and slaughter, which applies also to the working donkeys and equines. In 2016, our terrestrial code chapter on the welfare of working equids was set up, and this provided for further guidance for countries in managing the welfare of donkeys and working equines in general. By this, we recognize Brooke's mission, how Brooke missions align seamlessly with WAR's international standards and animal welfare. Indeed, that's a milestone. Brooke's 90 years of work has profoundly impacted the lives of working equids and communities who depend on them. And I can gladly say that when I was in Brooke, I used to enjoy going to the communities. When I saw my friends and colleagues of the community, Purity, we worked closely with Tethia. It was such an honor to be here and meet again after a few years. So your dedication to providing essential animal welfare services has indeed improved the lives of working animals and also the communities who depend on them. Therefore, we congratulate you on your efforts, and we notice that even as we do our work in animal health. So we implore you to continue to work together, because collaborating with all the partners that are here has been your strength. And with that, we we urge you to continue using the One Health approach to strengthen animal welfare systems within the countries and the communities that you work with, and ensure that all working animals, particularly equids, have a life worth living. So congratulations to Brooke, congratulations to the community, and happy 90th birthday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Another round of applause. Lynn, it is good for you to know that you set up a department that, you know, is thriving in Brooke. One of the best departments, fundraising and communication. Hashtag Ndiao Sisi. So thank you so much. To showcase some of the things that our department is doing, I'd like to invite our media team to share a video of our work with animals. Now, you know, sometimes you come to a venue, you set up very early, but for one reason or another, technology fails us. So the screen on this side is not working. If you feel compelled to stretch a bit, maybe you want a glass of water, you could come stand and review our video. It's only 4 minutes long, and then you can take your seats. But media team, please take it away. Asante sana.
News, as well as the people who work with them. Brooke is an animal welfare charity dedicated to improving the lives of working horses, donkeys, and mules, as well as the people who work with them. A legacy of the First World War, Brooke was founded by Dorothy Brooke in 1934 and has since evolved over 90 years into a global organization, with Brooke East Africa as one of its affiliates. Brooke East Africa officially began operations in 2001 with a mission to achieve immediate and lasting change to the lives of working horses, donkeys, and mules, and the communities that depend on them. In East Africa, working equines are mainly used for transportation, agricultural work, and carrying goods, playing a vital role in the livelihoods of many communities, especially those residing in arid or semi-arid settings, agricultural regions, and urban areas. Sadly, most equines work in harsh conditions, suffering from neglect and overwork. That is where Brooke East Africa steps in. Through our strategic partnership engagement models, our vision is to alleviate the suffering of horses and donkeys in Kenya, Tanzania, South Sudan, and Somalia. To achieve our mission of strengthening animal health systems, we partner with veterinary training institutions to support reviews and the implementation of equine welfare programs. We collaborate with livestock state agencies to mentor government-sponsored animal health students by offering internships. This partnership enhances their skills, promotes best practices in animal welfare, and prepares them for future roles in their communities. We have so far partnered with 19 institutions, which include universities, animal health, and industry training institutes. Animal welfare is at the core of what we do. Through targeted educative initiatives, we are annually building the capacity of animal health practitioners to ensure that working equines receive the care they need to thrive. One critical area of focus is farriery, which is the care and maintenance of hooves. As Brooke East Africa, we provide specialized training in farriery, ensuring that animal health practitioners can effectively prevent and treat hoof-related issues. We annually mentor about 40 community farriers in our program areas. Our motto is simple: no hoof, no equine. Harnessing is another key component of animal welfare. Poorly designed and fitted carts and harnesses can cause severe injuries and long-term damage to working equines. As Brooke East Africa, we have successfully trained equine owners on the importance of proper cart and harnessing techniques
significantly reducing the risk of injury and improving the overall welfare of these animals. To further support animal health, Brooke has developed the AgroVet and Animal Health Mentoring Framework. These initiatives equip animal health practitioners with the skills to mentor local agrovets, ensuring they provide quality products and advice to equine owners. Annually, we mentor over 200 animal health service providers and about 180 agrovets to ensure enhanced quality of equine healthcare. Our efforts to build capacity in animal health are laying the foundation for a future where every working animal receives the care it deserves.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That video just summarizes our passion for animal welfare. We are an animal welfare charity. That is our bread and butter. And we just wanted to showcase what we do and why we wake up every morning and the importance of this celebration. At this juncture, I want to invite our regional director, Dr. Raphael Kinoti, to invite our chief guest to give a keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kinoti.
Thank you so much, Madam Cindy, and thank you so much for keeping here, isn't it? I think it's a lot of learning. As everybody is speaking here, I'm getting new things. But then, without further ado, we are towards culmination of this, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to do a proper introduction to Your Excellency, the DG. And so I want to give these honors to my friend and brother, Dr. Alan Mugambi. Please come over. Dr. Mugambi is the chairperson of Laikipia County Development Authority, but then is a lecturer at JKUAT. So kindly, I give you the honor. So please.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, the Regional Director, and my good friend, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Is it afternoon or is it still morning? Good morning. Thank you so much. Today we are here to celebrate all the heroes of animal rights. You're doing a great job. I was just discussing with my governor and I was telling him, I've never looked at a donkey from that perspective. But moving forward, I'll start looking at a donkey in a different lens. We are very honored to be here at Brooke at 90. 90 years is no mean achievement. None of us was here 90 years ago. I just looked around and said, wow, 90. When it all began, we were not there. But the story continues, and the music is becoming louder and much better. Today we are very honored to be here from Laikipia County. I chair Laikipia County Development Authority, and I believe Laikipia is the best county in the country. So you're all very much welcome. You know, I come from the Mlima, and you know Mlima is boiling at the moment. But we are very glad to be here because I can confirm that we do take great care of the animals that we have in the county, and is one of the counties when Brooke officially comes, you realize what we are doing for the animal and the animal rights. So allow me, without much ado, to welcome His Excellency the Deputy Governor, who chairs the Deputy Council of, Deputy Governors. He's also the current chair, and one of the animal rights supporter and hero in his own rights, His Excellency Ruben Kamori, the DG Laikipia County. Please, ladies and gentlemen, you can be upstanding as we welcome His Excellency to give his remarks and also his greetings from the great people of Laikipia County. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Can have a seat. Thank you. That was very nice. To the regional director, Sir Laffer, and the outgoing chair, Eric. And if I can try to mention the already established protocol, I had of Mbaka, Dr. Win, Dr. Ashim, Williams, and my good friend from the good school, I think it was called Murisami, and other representatives from the various institutions, UN, JQuat, and State Department, Mary Ann. And of course I can't forget Lynn. I heard you are 100 years old, so I so Amaro, so and of course rafiki yangu kutoka mji wa Arusha, kiongozi mama fanya kazi huko. So ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you so much. Indeed, it's also a privilege for me also to be part and parcel of this great event. Animal World Animal Day, and also celebrating Brooke at night. As my colleague has just stated, today have gotten another perception of what a donkey is. And when Laffer was explaining about the journey from 1934 to date, for sure is a real journey. We're talking about dignifying, protecting, and caring of this beautiful animal, the donkey. I could see the passion and love from the how you expressing the whole thing on what a donkey is. And through your leadership, we can see the donkey will be dignified and will be protected. Thank you so much, the whole of fraternity wa Brooke. Na kuna mmoja huwa anasaulika kila wakati, the MC, the moderator. Sijui amepotea wapi, ametusaidia. The moderators, most of the times they do a great job. English and the Kiswahili chorus. Now that is what you talk of serious transformation in our society. The young being part and parcel of the change, involving them. Walisema tumtunze atutunze, si ndio? Ama mulisemaje? They forgot and sang. And this is coming from the young generation. So what does it mean? Hatutaanguka nao hiyo wakati ikifika. So indeed, it's a great honor to stand before you as we celebrate the World Animal Day, and under the umbrella, under the theme, the world is their home too. As we mark 90 years of Brooke work around the world, today we are gathered not only to recognize that all animals play, but it's also a collective responsibility to ensure we protect the welfare and their protection within the habitat. World Animal Day is a profound relationship between, is a reminder of a profound relationship between animals, humans, and the environment, on the way we all of us must coexist in the same ecosystem. For 90 years, Brooke, as an international animal welfare charity, of which Brooke Africa is an affiliate, has been the forefront in advocating for the humane treatment of animals, especially those that serve communities. from the donkeys that transport water and goods to the livestock that provide food security. Animals have been integral to human development and progress. Today, we celebrate not just the existence of these animals, but the partnership that work tirelessly to improve their welfare. We must acknowledge the impact of the effort like those of Brooke, East Africa, who have continuously raised the awareness about the plight of working animals, providing much needed veterinary services, education, and community support. This effort has been instrumental in fostering a culture of passion and responsibility towards animals across the region. It is not just about caring for animals because they are useful to us, but because they are part of us. They also feel pain, they need love, and they also need respect and care. We as individuals and organizations, government and communities, it is our moral obligation to promote humane treatment, prevent cruelty, and support in conservation efforts. To that end, it is upon all the stakeholders in this house the commitment to ensure we do the necessary policies, the regulations, and programs in place so that we can protect our animals and improve the lives of those who depend on them. As we commemorate Brooke's at 90 of dedicated service, let us reaffirm our commitment in advocating for the voiceless. Those who have thus realized with these donkeys, they can't speak, but it is upon us with our number one ambassador, the Brooke, to speak on their behalf. And ensuring that the animals we depend on are treated with dignity and respect. Together, we can build a world where animals and humans live in harmony, recognizing the world is their home too. I really like that theme. The world is their home too. And also trying to reflect and see, even in our normal day-to-day activities, any time our mothers get a baby, the love, the caring, the nurturing, I think that is a message home today. It is the same we should do to our animals. And I also realized from our key leaders, the Brooke, I realized in this house there were so many doctors today. And also so many serious minds who are on this table to ensure we advocate and we create the necessary awareness, not only in Kenya, but internationally, to communicate about the dignity and respect to these animals. So with that high level touch, it also means it is upon now even the governments, the county government and the national government should also go a notch higher, not to see a donkey as a vessel for kubeba mizigo, but a vessel, not a vessel, but an animal that should be taken with that tenderness, like the way our moms take tenderness with their babies. So today, I'm a changed man. And if you allow me, the director, hapa sasa ndio ile wakati unasemanga how I wish I'm also now an ambassador to this big process. And as my brother has just said, I'm now the current chair of all the deputy governors in Kenya. So I'm not only going to communicate, spread the message, not only in Laikipia, but countrywide, on how we should dignify this beautiful animal called the donkey. So wakati unaandika payroll yako, when you are listing your staff, kindly list Hechi Ruben Kamuri as one of your ambassadors to ensure we do the right thing to dignify our animals. I was also checking from my records from Laikipia County, and also realized there was an organization that you work with, Awake, that was in Laikipia 2016, and there was a serious MOUs and deliberations on what is the contribution of donkeys to our livelihood. So it means you had some roots in Laikipia, and now you have an ambassador. What does it mean for you? Laikipia County, to be specific, it should be a home in terms of any modeling in the country. How I wish you can think of Laikipia, because we have vast rats. It is only, you see, Nairobi, you have a challenge with pollution, and na watu wa Nairobi msinisikize sana. There is that congestion, but if you come to Laikipia, vastness of rat, nice air, everything is so nice there. Take advantage of that in terms of maybe you can have demonstration areas on how these are the best breeds for the donkeys. These are the best sites for the donkeys, all those things. And now you package it now, you deliberate make sure Laikipia is the producer of the pastures and the fodders for the all other areas within the country. It is doable. In Laikipia, we measure large using like maybe you cannot talk of chukua gari, unagurumisha, unapima kilometers, unaanza kusema ni mpaka hapo. And I'm telling you, from where I sit, and from us, a lot of support from His Excellency Governor Joshua Irungu, I want to assure you, Laikipia should be your home. Laikipia should be a home in terms of any other support you talk of, in terms of veterinary support. We have like 5-7 doctors. And funny enough, because we should have some briefings, I've never heard them talk about a donkey. Most of the times wananiambianga ng'ombe, mbuzi, kuku. And today in the morning I asked them, can you kindly tell me the approximate population of the donkeys we have in keeping? And I was so happy. One of the doctors had out of touch with the donkeys data, and he told me it's around 18,000 to 20,000. Sasa, from today onwards, director, because now usiponiita the next event, nitajileta tu. One of the things I will do is tell you, nimeongeza. Sasa niko na karibu 25,000. So I would do a deliberate attempt now to ensure I'm part and parcel of this journey. So Laikipia should be the place. Laikipia should be the place whereby in terms of mnasema donkey anabebeshwa maji, donkey anabeba mizigo. How I wish now we reverse even the same. Tuseme with the revenues we can be able to get, si lazima abebe maji. Can I come up with now another side of the coin to say how I wish we can do more water points. How I wish we can do more accessibility of water to our women. Sasa huyo punda acha kuenda kilomita 20. Huyo punda tumtunze ndio aweze kututunza vizuri. So ladies and gentlemen, if all the stakeholders can come on board, we think on, because tukianza kusema punda abebe maji Laikipia, all what we are saying is tunataka kumuua. And from the county government of Laikipia, we come up with a deliberate attempt in terms of ensuring the accessibility of water to our household to a span of not more than 2 kilometers. If that is to be achieved, mimi sitaki kutumia my beautiful animal kubeba hiyo maji. Nataka I come up with other components of sterilization, because we are doing so many boreholes, to come up with other component of ensuring I do more water points for people. So Brooke at 90, indeed is a great celebration. It is a great day, not only for Kenya, but the world. You have given me the reason to smile and see this animal from another angle. So nikimwona next time nitakuwa napiga saluti. I was also thinking of this donkey now from I was at Lamu last week. And Lamu is big in tourism. Kuna kuanga na hiyo donkey cultural festival something. Kuna wakati in the end, and it's fun. So sisi kama Laikipia pia tunaweza jaribu. Wao nitaenda kutafuta hao 18,000 to 20,000. Nione kama tunaweza kuwa na kafandi la something like that. Isikuwe tu ati Lamu tu ndio wanaongoza huko. Hata mimi nitengeneze kangu huko Laikipia. Donkey Cultural Festival is a serious revenue earner in Laikipia. Not in Laikipia, in Lamu. But I think it's also something that can be replicated to other counties. So let's see this beautiful animal. Si mnyama wa kuchapwa ndiye atufanyie kazi, but rather an animal that can be more of a treasure within a homestead. And there was a quote nimeona hapo hivyo, ilikuwa inasema, the donkey is like a second wife to a woman. Without donkeys, we end becoming the donkey. Sasa kama huyu mnyama tumemweka category, lakini hapa mtaleta shida na women. Sasa mkianza kusema maneno ya second, women wanataka protect their territory. But if we have elevated this animal to that level, it means we should take the value we have and make them even better within our societies, so that we can be able to improve our livelihoods. So Ring, wewe uko 100 years. Kenya ni 61. Na mlima iko sawa. Sasa, with that mindset, na tukileta the beautiful choir and the school, for sure, this World Animal Day, we have given it the right justice. Na leo hatukusherekea tu, tukakuja pia tukasherekea Brooke at night. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to say congratulations. Congratulations to all of us, and also congratulations to Muteithi, Robert. Wakati ulikuwa unaongea, I could see the passion. I wish hata hii Kenya tunakuanga na watu wana passion kama wewe. Yaani unatetea puda mpaka nikaona kwani na hawa watu, na kwa nini hujafika Laikipia? Kwetu, the governor and Ruben Kamuri will use what is called an open door policy. Kwetu you don't need any appointment. Wewe ni kujileta tu kwa ofisi. Nasikianga Robert alifika na anataka kuona accountability ya punda wake wamefika wapi. So I also wish to welcome you to Laikipia, and deliberately I will ensure the Department of Livestock mmepatana na wao. We walk the journey, ndio nikuanga na quarterly reports. Punda wangu wamefika wangapi? Mumetesa wangapi? Na kama unatesa, what are the disciplinary actions? Because I really loved the passion from your head. Na ile siku pia utataka kufika kwa DP, nitakupeleka. Na ile siku unataka kuenda kwa State House, utaingia tu hii Prado yangu tu. Unajua unaweza ingia kama protocol person. Ukifika huko unatoka, unakuwa utaingia tu kwa Prado. So mimi nikienda mkutano nasema kuna mtu nilikuwa nimebeba hapa wa kuongelea maneno ya punda. Sasa president niulize wewe DG, I think unakuanga na jokes. I thought you told me you had another appointment on another agenda. Sasa umeleta maneno mengine. So si nitakuwa nimetengeneza nice platform for you. Rafael, we must walk this journey together with a brilliant team. Now Cynthia, hivyo wanapeleka maneno hivyo, nimefurahia. Nice scripts, kila kitu. It was a great day. So mimi sitapitisha hapo, isipokuwa kumalizia kusema welcome to Laikipia County. A place whereby within a span of 10 kilometers from Nyanyuki town, you can see the big valley. Na huku kwenyu, kama hawa State Department, kidogo akina Naivasha, hakuna hizo big five sana. So kujeni Laikipia. It is only in Laikipia County where you are sure the life expectancy, uko sure karibu utafikisha miaka 80. Check from the data. Si mimi nimesema. It is only Laikipia County whereby there is coexistence of all the communities. Hakunanga ati sijui wa kutoka wapi. And to prove that, in our cabinet of 7, Kikuyu ni mimi na governor, huyo mwingine ni Mkalenjin, huyo mwingine ni Pokot, huyo mwingine ni Meru, huyo mwingine ni Turkana, na mwingine ni Samburu. Niambieni ni wapi kwa cabinet zenyu kuko hivyo? My deal, the Kikuyus in that county is more than 60. But deliberately we have ensured your county. This is only specially bred and made in Laikipia County. So if I am to start talking about Laikipia County, alafu niongeza sasa maneno ya kudignify Buddha hapo, wisha. Nataka nyinyi wote the next conference, if it is possible, through the region director, kama inawezekana, Unajua nilikuwa naangalia Dr. Aino hivi nikaona alikuwa anataka kutembea. How I wish inaweza letwa Laikipia County because we have the top notch hotels. Ukitaka pahali utalala na 3,000,000 per night ni Laikipia. Ukitaka pahali utalala na 2 million in a night ni Laikipia. Na pia ukitaka pahali utapata room ya 100 shillings pia ni Laikipia. So tumetengeneza concussion ya kila mtu. With those few remarks, I wish to stop there and say, may God bless you all as we purpose to dignify and to respect and care for this beautiful animal, the donkey. Asanteni. God bless you. Asante.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Ladies and gentlemen, a bigger round of applause. All right, we are getting to the celebration part. We want, you could have your seats, thank you. We don't like using the word celebrate because there's still a lot of work to do when it comes to donkey welfare and ensuring that we have compassionate handling among communities. So we say commemorate. We're getting to the commemoration part. And at this juncture, I want to invite my colleagues, Paul and Mahulo, to kindly assist me with removing the podium and putting these nice tables on stage. I'd also like to invite our finance manager, Veronica, to please come with a ceremonial cake that we would like to cut. And our media team to please play royalty-free celebration music. You know, these days we have to be very careful the kind of music we stream live. If it is not, please, assistance with the tables. If it is not royalty-free, then we can be sued for copyright infringement. So thank you so much for that assistance. Thank you so much, Claudia, for the cutlery that is coming to assist in the cake cutting. And at this juncture, there is no ceremony without cake. We have to cut cake just to commemorate Brooke at 90. What an amazing feat. To commemorate World Animal Day under the theme, the world is their home too. So thank you so much for that setting up team. We appreciate you. I'd like to invite Dr. Raphael Kinoti, our regional director, to please be on stage with Honorable Ruben Kamuri. We also have Dr. Alan Mugambi, and it would also be great to have community members as part and parcel of the cake cutting. We can have Cynthia from Baringo tafadhali kuja stage, Maitavia. We have David, tafadhali kuja stage. We have, we can get a represent. Okay, we can have Lynn. You're used to this, used to do this. Now come and do it again under the other capacity, hoping that when we come, your cake will be bigger. We need a bit of gender balance on stage, so I need to call a couple of ladies. We need to balance this stage, Bwana. Maybe I get a representative from the children. Okay. Let's have, lakini watoto wakikuja si watajaza stage. Haya. Let's have, okay, let's have two ladies, 2 gentlemen. We have two. Kama umesimama ukuje stage. Kama umesimama ukuje stage. Thank you so much. Can we have a boy child? Now it's gone the other way. Boy child, unaona vile wanatembeanga in parks. I have sons, I know how these ones think. Please come up on stage. Thank you so much. Maybe we can get a representative from our partners. Can we have Pamela? We have Pamela, please come up on stage. I think that should be fine. Yes? Oh, the one who is blowing the instrument, the young girl. Let me tell you something. You know, it looks like she was playing a harmonica. It's a piece of paper that she has wrapped and made into a wind instrument. CBC, ladies and gentlemen, CBC. Our very able young girl. All right. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, we appreciate you. Thank you for the kind remarks. Thank you for the open door policy that you've given us at Laikipia County. We will hold you to book. One time we will just come knocking and say we are Brooke, East Africa, and we look forward to the welcome. We have a cake that we want to cut ceremoniously to commemorate this day, and as our chief guest, we'd like to give you the honor of cutting the cake. And for the rest of us in true African style, we will definitely have some ululation. Before you cut the cake, I'd like to also invite a representative from our board to please come up on stage and complete the circle on this side. Thank you so much. Probably, yes. Watu wa picha, is it okay? Wapendane ama iko sawa? Wametoshana? All right. 1, 2, 3. Happy World Animal Day. When I say 1, 2, 3, we'll say? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Happy World Animal Day. Makofi tafadhali. Shangwe na vigelegele. Thank you so much. We can tell the struggle in cake cutting. Some of you are not used to it. It's been many years since you cut your wedding cake. Please renew your vows. Murudi tizi, you practice. You see how this, another round of applause, please. Thank you so much. I will ask Veronica, please, to come. So it is just ceremonial. We do have pieces already cut. Pre-cut, so we don't want to be too messy on stage. We'll just kindly take this away so that we can move to the next juncture. My able-bodied people, Mahulo and Paul, to please remove this on stage. And please, everyone on stage, please remain on stage for a group photo. Thank you. So we will just... Claudia and team will give everybody a piece of pre-cuts on the table. And Paul and Mahulo, please remove the cake from the stage. Oh, nimeambiwa mtoto lazima umishwe keki. Okay, sawa sawa. That is very much in order. Please give a big piece. Ile nafanya mdomo ikae hivi. That will make news. That is what will make news. And we have members of the media. Oh, no, vile wame pay attention. We have members of the Fourth Estate here. They are looking for that picture. So Veronica cut a very big piece. Yes, for our young girl, Kumisha Governor. Okay, fine. It can go. 1, 2, 3, a round of applause. Asante sana. Haya, pia yeye ataumishwa, si ndio? Pia ataona tu watu wakubwa wanakula keki na yeye amekaa tu hapa. You know, in school it is, around now is their break time. Friend to friend. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much. A sign of friendship, a sign of camaraderie, that we are in this together, that we are friends, and we can have a light moment. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for that. And now, of course, our star of the day, probably Veronica, you'll move behind just a little bit. All right, thank you so much. So now, my friends, we can now take the podium out of the... No, they remain on stage for a group photo. We'll have Mahulo and Paul and Franklin help us to remove the items on stage. And then I'll invite all the children to please come up on stage. Let's have all the children, please, to come up on stage and to sit at the bottom here. Watoto, kujeni tukae hapa. let's all sit at the bottom here so that we can all fit. So that we can all fit. Thank you so much for your amazing performances. We appreciate you. Haya, tutatoshea. Tutatoshea, hatuwezi kosa kutoshea. Haya. Umempatia kanafasi? Okay. I would also like to invite on stage media people. Feel free to help me arrange. I think this is well. Okay. Okay. Can I also have on stage Madam Dorcas Mbaka, representing the Ministry of Education. Madam Dorcas Mbaka, representing the Ministry of Education. Dr. Washira, please come up on stage. Dr. Washira as well, please come up on stage. I'm trying to see, we have Dr. Wino, you're here, please come up on stage. If we can have Emma Washira from LISP, please come up on stage. Dr. Wamalwa, please come up on stage. I look forward to the media team kunisaidia kuwapanga, Kiprop and Franklin. Nisaidie kuwapanga tafadhali, who comes forward, who comes back. If we can have, allow me to arrange you, if we can have Pamela, and let's have Pamela and Emma on this side next to, and Daktari, everyone take one step forward, please. One step forward, thank you. Yes, let's have Pamela, let's have Cynthia. Hiya, David Ukonyuma, you know you're very tall. And then also Dr. Ivi too. In fact, kuja isa idiot. You will be seen. And then Dr. Wino, if you can come between these two ladies, I think it will be well. Emma, please come closer. Iko sawa, but they're too heavy on this side. I'd like to move a bit on this side. Dr. Washira, there's space to pass in front. If you can just come on this side, just pass in front of them to come stand on this side. Then we'll have Maite, the usimame hapo nyuma, jueni mrefu. Mungu amekubariki na urefu. Aya. How are we looking? Are we all fitting? Tuko sawa? All right. Thank you. Are we okay? Oh, fantastic. Okay, so this is the main camera. I know there are many, but this is the one that goes on the annual report. Ndio hii. Okay. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, you will say hee-haw. Are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. That was round 1. Now we want to see how we can fit round 2. Dr. Sang from PB Authority, please. Tuone vile unaweza ingia hapo tafadhali. Dr. Sang, please, please, please. I'm sure we can squeeze in. Dr. Muimali, kuja tulete gender balance, mama. Tulete gender balance hapo. Haya. Sasa Kiprop na Franklin tuwapange. Dr. Muimali, maybe on this side. I don't know why people are fearing. Oh, it's because the steps are on this side. Okay. Wacha tuone vile tutafanya. Kiprop, how are we looking? Tuko sawa, tumetosha? Kila mtu anaonekana? Okay. So we're going to do 2. The first one, we're just going to look in front and smile, which is great. Okay, 1, 2, 3, say hee-haw. Yes. The noise that makes us know the animal is happy or distressed. Then the second picture, we're going to do a thumbs up. just to show we are happy to be here. Both hands like this. You've seen it is our slogan. In all our videos, we put thumbs up like this. Tusema, umekubali kutunza punda daima. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is that all right? All right, please shake your neighbor's hand left and right. Tell them Happy World Animal Day. And do not leave the stage before shaking the hand of the next generation of change makers. Musalimie watoto pia tafadhali. Musalimie watoto. Tafadhali msalimie watoto. Tafadhali, all our esteemed guests, please say hi to the children. Some of them have never said hi to a governor, to the CEO of an organization, to the head of communication. Please say a very big hi to them so that they feel encouraged. Asanteni sana. I'd like to ask Heshimiwa to please remain on stage, and for all Brooke East Africa partners to please come up on stage. Mr. Mugambi and Honorable Ruben, haya watoto. Iyo iko sawa sasa, tushuke Sara. Tushuke. Let's have all Brooke East Africa partners on stage tafadhali. Bwana Livingstone usitoke. All Brooke East Africa partners, Madam Florence, Purity, Sam, Kevin, let's have them all up on stage. Our board member Karumba, please, to represent the board. All right. Now I think we need to bring in chairs. Paul, let's have Paul. Let's have Mahulo. To help with the chairs. So we will have probably 2 more. Your Excellency, please have a seat here. Dr. Kinoti, and then we'll have we'll do a bit of gender balance. Let's have Florence, please come and sit. Emma, let's have Pamela, please have a seat. Purity, tafadhali. Gender imekuwa too much. Wacha kae, ndio asionekane sasa yeye ndio hafai kukaa kwa kiti. Aya, let her sit. Let her have a seat. We can have one more. We have a gentleman. Okay. Then let's love one another. Karibiane. So we will do shoulder to shoulder. By shoulder to shoulder, I mean if this is Kiprop and I'm standing next to him, I don't stand like this. I tuck in my shoulder so that we are together. So shoulder to shoulder. Now for you, Titus, you'll be our focal point. You'll stand forward. So everyone else on this side to curve a bit this way. And from Titus's other side to cover a bit this way, just so that we look like we are in one accord. All right, since we are your donors and you're our implementing partners, on the count of 1, 2, 3, you say money. That one I know you will all smile because we're getting into planning and budget. 1, 2, 3. Veronica, I hope you have had. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Let us have Dr. Kinoti, Mheshimiwa, please stand. Mr. Mugambi, let's have Karumba have a seat, please. We'd like to invite all our collaborating partners to please come up on stage. Where is my list? My list is the one that has my scribblings. Anyway, that's fine. All our collaborating partners, World Organization for Animal Health, IGAD, let's have representatives from KVA as well. I know that you came, Dr. Wino, but please feel free to come again. From the DVS, all our collaborating partners, please come through up on stage. Good. Madam Dorcas, I know that you took a picture the first time you ilikuwa ya watoto. Sasa you're coming in as a collaborating partner. Dr. Wino, Marian Mwimali. Let's have Dr. Wamalwa from EGAD. Well, let's have Mr. Sang from PBO. Dr. Washira, are you still here? Okay, good. Fantastic. Okay, great. We'll bring in one more chair for Madam Dorcas. So to bring that gender balance. All right. Fantastic, thank you. So this is the camera to look out. On the count of 1, 2, 3, we'll say happy World Animal Day, because we are all in this together. We are all part of animal welfare organizations. 1, 2, 3. And we hope that Kiprop captured when the mouth was open for happy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Please have a seat. Our board member, Dr. Kinoti, Mr. Mugambi, His Excellency, please remain on stage. I'd like to invite Brooke East Africa staff to please come up on stage. Brooke East Africa staff, Veronica utaiweka tu juu ya meza ukuje. Brooke East Africa staff, let's go. Vincent, Claudia, Sylvia, Lillian, let's go up on stage. Brooke East Africa staff, Elijah, Mahulo, let's all go up on stage, please. Probably another chair for a lady. Tupande tu Vero, tupande. Brooke East Africa staff, Pablo, Laura, where are my people? Yes, we have a professional here who will take this photo. Lynn, in fact, I'm sure the camera we have is from a budget you wrote, probably. I am going to insist as a moderator, even me nakaa mbele. Hata mimi, hii kuongea yote siwezi simama nyuma. Let me sit in front. Can we all take one step in front, please? Guys, we take one step in front just so that we're closer. Franklin? We have other staff that have come in. Please come up on stage. So it is good that the flash did the thing so that we can have all our staff members here. Thank you so much. Now, if you have not had your photo taken and you're here and you'd like an opportunity to have your photo taken, this is your chance to come up on stage. If you are not in any picture and you're like, Cindy, I came all this way, actually. Na DG ako hapa. This is your chance and it is going once. Lazima mujikakamue, by the way. You walk with purpose. And it is going twice. Hapo ndio sasa. This is your chance to take a picture, to put on Instagram, to hashtag World Animal Day, Hashtag Brooke at 90. Hashtag networking things. Hashtag small girl, big God. And all those hashtags that we put on social media to show prosperity. Let's move more on this side so that we don't all crowd here. All right, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you, Mheshimiwa. Thank you, Bwana Mugambi. Oh no, sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry, this was my fault. Just one, a token of appreciation from Brooke East Africa to His Excellency and Mr. Mugambi. I'll give them to Dr. Kinoti. We'll start with Mr. Mugambi. Just a token of appreciation. Maybe over here in the middle. It's been a while since we clapped. A round of applause, please. In case we forgot how to clap because of the cake in front of us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. To His Excellency, a round of applause, please. Now, for sure, you can have a seat. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Asanteni sana. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an amazing, amazing event. We thank you for your good cheer. I'd like to reiterate what our regional director said, that we thank you for sticking around until the very end. It's been a fantastic morning going into the afternoon, and I would like to thank you for staying this far. I'd like to invite, is Veronica here or she stepped out? I'd like to invite Veronica to come and give a vote of thanks. If she's not there, I'll invite James Gadhuku, our Risk and Compliance Manager, to give a vote of thanks. Veronica, I cannot be Cindy if I don't throw you under the bus. So thank you so much for agreeing to give a vote of thanks on behalf of Brooke East Africa, all our partners, our collaborating friends, ministry, and all the communities we serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Cindy, for this opportunity. Let me begin. You know, we started with a word of prayer, so it's always good to appreciate our God. Let me begin by thanking God for such a wonderful opportunity, giving all of us good health. I don't think we've had any issues with someone needing first aid or any attention in that sense. So we give all the thanks to God. And everyone was able to make it here safely. That's a big thank you to God. Secondly, I just want to give a big thank you to the county of Laikipia, to the governor in absentia. So I hope asante yake itamfikia. To the deputy governor who ably represented him. I believe we feel that was able representation. And your team, thank you so much for accompanying the governor, the deputy governor, and making this worthwhile. Let me also thank all our partners that have managed to send their representation. Our CEOs from all our partners, I think we got 90% representation. And the partners who were not able to come, really, it's just because they had a conflicting event. And I think one even sent a representation. Asanteni sana. Without you, probably our communities would not know who Brooke is. So asanteni sana. We also want to give a big thank you to all the teams that are represented, our collaborating partners from KMDF, from the Kenya Vet Association, from the Ministry of Livestock, from the, from all, I'm just thinking there are too many. I don't think I'll do justice because I might just mention some of you. So all our collaborating partners, please feel appreciated. Asanteni sana. And at this point, let me just request, please turn to the person to your left and tell them, thank you so much for coming. Please turn to the right. Turn to the right and tell the other person, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. Sometimes the trouble with going through a list is you forget someone and they feel unappreciated. So I really feel, I'll request our board member to kindly turn to your back. There is someone who might not have had an appreciation. Make sure they feel appreciated. Because I don't want anyone to leave here and feel they were not, their presence was not recognized or appreciated. So thank you so much to each and every one of you. As watoto, asanteni sana kwa kukuja. You've really colored our day. Without you, tungekuwa tu na very dull day. So you guys have really brightened our day, and we are feeling young at heart, and we are feeling so good. Asanteni sana kwa kukuja. Asante. So thank you one more time, and back to you, Cindy.
Thank you so much. A round of applause one more time for Veronica. Veronica, have no doubt that you have an event and there's a vote of thanks and I've not briefed you. You're the default. So you just prepare in advance. Again, on behalf of our board, our partners, the communities we serve, our staff, thank you so much for making time to be here. This marks the end of our commemoration. We have lunch that is served. We have, if I can ask Claudia to lift her hand. She's at the back. So she will be assisted by Justus. Lift your hand. They will be at the reception. We have meal cards, which is the way of the hotel. So you'll collect your meal cards, and lunch is served once you exit this hall. On your right, we will have lunch. That's the area. So we'll of course start with our children because they have to travel all the way to Kabati. So the representatives in charge of the children, that is Dr. Corazon and Jackie. Please make sure the children have their meal cards so they can go ahead and have their meals. Watoto mumefurahia? Has it been great? Have you had a good time? Make sure you take as many pictures as possible and just know the future is yours, okay? On behalf of Brooke East Africa, iyo keki yote ni yenu kukula. You eat with other students, okay? With the other students who are not coming here in your donkey care club. So mwalimu tutawapatia keki muende, that is well. We have a media briefing. We have representatives from K24 who are here. So especially for our chief guests and some of our partners, please just remain behind. We might have a possibility of going live. I'm just saying might because if you're akin to what is going on, today is a very hot day and there are things happening that are taking the attention, but we appreciate that some of our media partners understand that there are other pertinent issues other than, you know, what is going on. So we just want to organize a media briefing. So we'll just ask our chief guest and some of our partners to remain behind. But please, for our community members and our collaborating partners, please feel free to go and have your lunch, including our teachers. And we want to organize for the media briefing. So thank you so much. God bless you. Have a fantastic remainder of the day and happy World Animal Day.